Adventure. I am Bayuk Osman Ghazi. Travel back 700 years to a fantasy Earth. The world is a gritty, dangerous place. The papacy is challenged by an antipope. The papal disbanded Templars recede into memory, and the Teutonic Order seems to be consuming magic, secularizing and growing in power. Two emperors battle within the Holy Roman Empire, and Hungary is at its height, but is being torn apart by a civil war. As they all fight amongst themselves, I expand rapidly and consume everything. The adventurers that call themselves the Champions of the Sun discovered that I am a vampire. Now they are trying to create a powerful weapon to destroy me. They will never succeed. While many have walked with these self-proclaimed champions, these are the present adventurers.
Only a city as grand, beautiful and powerful as Genoa could bear a man of my talent. Me? I am Naldo Renzi, treasure hunter, adventurer, master swordsman, and lover. In my journeys, I have learned of the adventures of the Champions of the Sun. They are just who I am looking for to assist me in the retrieval of the rare artifacts I seek, and heaven knows they could use my help in whatever they are up to.
I am Baldur, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Kip Caelan, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night, and what was taken from me. I face defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Satut. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
I am Edric, and I am from England. I spent most of my youth in the Navy. Climbing the ranks, I was granted land and title. However, I did not fit in. A heretic to most, I fled, leaving my wife and children behind. In the city on mines, I met a group that changed my life forever, the Champions of the Sun. In time, perhaps they might help me reunite with my family.
I am Kroof. Abandoned by my mother, I was raised by wood elves. Shunned by other elves, I left the village. As I did, I can hear the voice of a mage I once met.
In filth and bowels of the earth, where gold is aplenty, you will find those that can reunite you with your family.
Discovering this party in the filthy sewers under Paris begs the question, are these the ones?
In these dark times, the dead rise and strike fear and feed on the living. I am Baron Andre Franz Hellring II. I am dedicated to unlocking the forbidden secrets of life and death. Through science and God, I strive to make the dead stay dead. Many fear what they do not understand. The raw materials of the flesh.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect. And, more importantly, my trust.
If you meet one who claims to be a champion of the sun, tell me their whereabouts. Better yet, kill them on sight. I will reward you handsomely. Welcome to Seven-Sided Dice, Carpathian Adventure.
Welcome back. I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others are retail managers, or few are in IT. We're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We would like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, Kick, Twitter X followers, and our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch and Kick. Please like on YouTube and Facebook, and please subscribe on YouTube. If during the stream you follow on Twitch, or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen to all of our followers and subscribers. Thank you. Let's jump right in. Welcome back, Champions of the Sun. I wish you good times, great rolls, and happy adventuring. The question, of course, is always, what happened last session?
I feel like Mark should just tell it because he ends up telling it at the end anyway. After we stumble through it.
That's not true. I mean,
We follow the lady. We follow the lady in a trance back to this house.
To the manor house.
To the manor house. We invited ourselves in.
Uh-huh.
Tried our best to protect her.
okay, see, this is why I have to jump in.
And
So first we
now-
heard from Jumness.
Oh, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter.
The army's in trouble. We gotta go.
He left
All right,
us.
proceed.
I am currently looking for a coffin while you guys are making the master of the house angry.
Well, we first came across.
You really bypassed the line.
Yeah. So as we entered the house, we came up to face a vampire, who was not the vampire, the master of the house itself, but was beckoning this woman into the house. We decided to vanquish said vampire, who we did, but then turned to mist as they do, and vanished off to wherever their vampire's resting place may be. We continued to pursue through the house. Balder went off searching for anything in the home itself, through different rooms, but the rest of us went into the larger room, where we came across Matthew of Claremont. All right. Okay.
Matthew Day.
What's that?
Matthew Day, Claremont.
Oh no, I think it's Matthew of Claremont, but if we use his official name, which is, I cannot pronounce it. There was another name.
Matthew
Tom.
Day.
Mathieu de Marcant, de Clermont.
Yes. See, there you go. Yes. Yeah.
Medical, Marshall.
Oh, yeah, I could not do that. So, we had a discussion with Matthew de Clermont, Matthew of Clermont, whatever. We determined that he is a vampire. He was a Knight of the Templar. And he claims that he received his vampire powers on the battlefield at the same time that, I can't remember, Argrod?
Yeah.
I can't remember what his actual
Argrod.
real name is. I can't remember. I just blanked on it.
Guillaume.
Yeah. He was gifted vampirism, maybe by Guillaume. We're not really sure by who.
Sure.
But when he woke up on the battlefield, he was undead, which does not sit well with the Baron.
He also alluded to the fact that him and the false pope might not be that different.
Yes, this is very true. Yeah, that was key. And then we were just having tea and crumpets, and it was a very friendly, casual conversation.
Very peaceful.
Yeah, it was
civilized.
very peaceful. We left it
civilized.
Couple
we left it
ghosts
on a
invited
rather
themselves into the party,
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
which
yeah.
he claimed were not of his doing.
Yes.
He was stating like, "Hey, I'm not a bad guy. I just need to, feed just like any other animal would."
Yeah.
And
sense.
that made sense to Kip, and he's like, "Oh, maybe he's really not that bad." And then Baron was like, "Nah, vampires die
Well, yes, they do, but we were just still trying
again.
to chat.
They die again, I should say."
And he did reveal that perhaps that the home itself was built on a burial ground. Right. So that was another.
That's correct.
We think was an important piece of information.
Well, you
Might have just been-
Kip thought maybe it's all an apparition.
I think it was alluded that it might all be an apparition. Correct? Yeah, because the light of the windows was not quite right.
And I think you mentioned the house was suddenly here.
Yeah.
Yes. So we think that maybe it was built,
Or built
on
quickly?
burial
I mean,
ground, or
it
built
even
on top of
confused
a
Kip
crypt.
because he thought we were in a completely different chateau.
Yeah. So we're
Wrong
just
chateau.
having tea and having a friendly conversation right now. Nobody's all up in arms or anything. Not until Balder enters the room.
threatened to stab him in the heart.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember this.
He's like, die,
It
vampire,
blanked out.
die.
I went to a
Balder's
bloodthirsty rage.
Balder scaring the
From a
cook.
long line of
and-
Helsings.
There you go.
There you go.
and
Good
Ga-
stuff,
Gazi is
Mattias.
attacking our army.
Did you get all that, Mattias?
That's everything I said.
I think so, yeah.
So where are you?
You were the clip notes.
I missed that part.
Oh, okay.
Nowhere.
You are with the party in a chateau. You're going to be, I think Balder is outside the room that everyone else is in. So Mattias, you are with Balder in an antechamber of a mansion in south of Tours in France.
Helping me loot the place.
And you're moving around from room to room with Balder. I need each of you to roll a one of you roll a d6. You choose.
Go for it.
I'll roll.
I think he meant Balder or Mattias.
I'm sorry?
Oh, no. Remember.
It's all good. I meant, yes, Balder or Mattias. They're together. And for the good guys, I'm going to roll a die here. Where is it?
I think it's very confusing to the audience when you refer to them as the good guys.
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, what are you trying to imply?
Have we gone too far off the edge? There's no coming back now?
Yeah. We've gone too far.
Make the opponents a 13.
We burned down
please.
one too many towns. It's just there's no coming back from that.
A 13.
We were supposed to end up on Gazi's side.
Is it Friday?
That's one way to end it. Can't beat him. Take that, Jonas.
You finally reunite with him and murder him.
Let me just paint a picture here of what is going on for you guys. You are in this mansion, this rather extravagant mansion for the early 1300s. Large rooms and high ceilings. You went into an alcove, a foyer, if you will, a large one with staircases going up on either side, and battled Rogi, and he tossed you guys about the room with gravity shifting upon some of you, thrown against walls and ceilings. You defeated Rogin. He disappeared in a splash of red light, a red mist, as he did so. The Baron, I believe, and someone else slowly approached a set of large, ornate doors on one end of the foyer. And as he reached up to grab it and started to open it, it opened on its own. And Mathieu de Clermont beckoned you into the room. Come in, please. Speak with me. And some tete-a-tete went back and forth with verbal sparring, mostly between the Baron. You're looking for something on your sheet there, boss? Mm-hmm. What are you looking for?
Oh, no.
I'll give you a break.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
That's all cool. Tete-a-tete went back and forth between the Baron and Mathieu de Clermont. And you just kept jabbing at him and jabbing at him and jabbing at him. And he finally said, enough is enough. Enough of this sputtering. It is a top of a round if you guys want to do anything, or we continue through dungeon initiative. Baldur, you are up. You're in another room. You don't hear anything. You and Mattias are scurrying about, going through different rooms. What are you looking for? What are you looking at?
We were looking for... I guess originally they said we were looking for coffins, but we're upstairs now, so I don't think we're going to find any. So I'm basically just looking for anything that can help us out. What are in the rooms that we're looking at? Are they just bedrooms or empty?
Right now you just came across what looks like a linen closet. It is stuffed to the brim with shelves and various very comfortable looking linens. You start rubbing your fingers over them and clearly they are very, very easily 300 count fabric, maybe even 400 count Egyptian cotton. Smoother than you've ever felt. Mattias, you're with him, rummaging around in the linen rooms.
Yeah.
You never look at linen. You're perpetually clean, so it's not a thing for you. But
his armor.
This is true.
Filthy.
He, on the other hand, yes, is filthy. Yes, okay, fair enough. With that,
no matter how many times I tell you, you need to shower. Your armor's shiny. It doesn't matter.
That is Baldur. You guys continue to rummage around. Naldo, you are up. You've just heard him say to the Baron, for this verbal sparring, I did nothing to you. I did not bring any ill will upon you. What are you doing?
I will draw my sword and...
Why are you drawing a sword on me, against me? I have done nothing to you.
And I'll just take I'll take a small step back and just hold my action.
Okay. That is Naldo. Baron.
Why are you drawing?
He's like, you for some reason, you have something against me. What do you have against me? What have I done to you?
It matters not what you have done to me. It matters what you have done to mankind.
How are we different, you and I?
We are very different.
I
You feed on the innocent. You are an abomination to God.
An abomination. There are abominations everywhere.
This may be true, but many do not feed. Many do not cause harm.
You
Many
feed
are
on
good.
living things just as I do. You feed on things that you need for sustenance. And I feed on things that I need for sustenance.
The difference is that we are alive. You are undead. Your time has already
But I am
passed.
not dead.
You are dead. You have
No,
died.
I might be
You
undead,
died.
but I am not
The
dead.
difference is that we live. This world is for the living.
And I am not here in it.
You
I think not for long.
do not belong here.
What are you doing?
I'm
Verbally sparring with him.
Yeah.
to the-
Okay.
I'm just talking with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the Baron. Edric, what are you doing? You are in the room. I don't know if that's exactly where your character was. I moved it when I repaired his sword, so put him
Close
elsewhere if you want him elsewhere.
Baron, what are we doing?
It depends. What our guests, with our host, is prepared to do with us.
Okay.
We have a greater enemy. But vampire cannot exist.
And what say you? Are you with him? Have I mistreated you? You all have a glass of wine in front of you. You're enjoying some of the finest wines of Western France.
Yeah, very good.
What do you have of what have I done to you?
I do agree with the Baron when it comes to the innocent. Do not harm the innocent. Now, if you can swear an oath that you will not harm innocents, I will convince them to leave.
I guess he slowly hovers towards you. Do you have your amulet visible?
It's sitting like on outside of my clothing, but yes.
He says, You worry about the innocent and yet you worship an old god. His hand reaches out. He doesn't appear as though he's going to hurt you. Do you allow him to reach out to you?
Sure.
He reaches up and he grasps your amulet in his hand, and it kind of sizzles, and he goes, See, your god is weak.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
So, your belief being you are no longer alive. You're undead.
You seem fixated upon whether or not I am alive. Alive as you define it. All of you are suddenly alchemists and scientists.
I don't personally care. I only care whether you harm innocents or not. That's all I care about. I don't care whether you're a bear, a bee, a monster, a dragon, which don't exist, an elf, a dwarf. It doesn't matter to me. I do not care. Innocents are innocent. You leave them be. The guilty, the non-innocents, the ones that plague humanity with their evil, go for it. By all means. But those that have done no wrong,
I merely take those that I need for sustenance. I see that we have a disagreement about that. I know that you eat flesh and other things as well. Is there something you wish to... Oh, you're not there. That is Edric. The opponent, he leaps up into the air. Put him on top of this, please. He leaps up into the air right there, and he says, all of you, leave immediately. And he goes to Naldo. Naldo, roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is he coming towards me, or is he
No, he's standing right there.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
you
You feel some type of magical energy kind of wafting over you, and you shrug it off at that point. And he says, all of you, be gone from my house. Leave. That is his action. Kip, you are up. What are you doing?
I'm gonna take a sip of his wine.
It is
really
excellent
good.
wine.
Yeah, this is good wine. I'm gonna
It
savor
is
this.
very, very good.
And then I'll say, Monsieur de Clermont.
Please.
You fought in the defense of Tripoli in the Order of the Hospitallers.
Yes, I was the Marechal of the Hospitallers.
That is very noble and valiant to do. I do not share my peers' sentiments about you being an abomination, as others have treated me as such as well. But I do share the sentiment that the innocent should not be preyed upon, and at once you were a noble being to defend those that couldn't defend themselves.
It is merely sustenance. sustenance. Those I assume you're talking about.
People like Mordu.
A family member. She is now well on her way to being one of us.
I see, but...
She is family. In the most sincerest form of family.
But is there not a way that you can gain your sustenance on evil like those that you defended against?
Of course, bring them to me. I am not picky.
But why the innocent?
Everyone
The girl did not pick her fate.
has a certain degree of guilt. And there are not, who am I to say? Am I? So you're allowing me to be the judge of who is guilty?
I am allowing you to make the choices that you made when you were in the Hospitallers of who to defend and who to defend against.
Well, one could argue that those that I fought against, they were just defending their homelands as well.
Is that true?
You be the judge, since you're judging me.
I am not judging.
Vampirum is a plague. It is a plague. He will feed and turn others into him, which will then, in return, continue to feed on the innocent. It will spread. Remember, they are not of our lifetime. They can live centuries. They will continue to spread until they can
vampires
take
do not
over,
want to spread.
until they will be the majority. They will feed on the innocent.
No.
They will control.
Vampires.
That's what is their purpose.
No.
Do not listen and fall for his lies.
No.
He is poisoning you.
No.
He is poisoning your thoughts. He will continue to spread.
He tried to poison my thoughts. I felt
his children that he creates will feed on the innocent, and their children will continue to feed on the innocent.
That's true. That's very true.
The difference between the sustenance that we endeavor and that we feed upon is that they are part of the circle of the life. They are born and they will die. These vampires will never die unless we vanquish them from this plane.
The things that you consume the earth. You consume cattle and sheep, and those things destroy the surface of this planet just as much as the humans do. Just as they will live and die on their own, those that vampires consume will live and die as well. And no vampire wants to consume everything on this planet. Then there would be nothing left.
You cannot
and then
say
sustenance
you cannot
would
say that.
cease.
You cannot control, just as Ghazi cannot control you, just as the other vampires cannot be controlled. You said you have no master. Therefore, your children that you spread to will have no master. It will just continue to spread. The difference is that the beings, the living of the earth, they live and then they die. That is the proper.
You speak so much truth, but I do not believe this is our fight. Our fight lies in Constantinople.
So let us finish this. Let us finish this foul beast.
Let us live and fight
You
the
calling
bigger
me
fight.
a foul beast now?
Do you think that we will just be allowed to leave?
He is telling us to
I
What
am
about-
telling you
What
to
about
leave.
all the others that he will infect, that will continue to spread? What happens when this in front of us is the new Ghazi?
Kip, open your eyes and shoot him already.
He will
we
become.
handle him at that point.
And then at that time you would say, we should have finished him when we had the chance.
As we said
Then
with
you can
Ghazi.
say the most heartfelt "I told you so."
You quibble amongst yourselves. Matthias, you're rummaging through a linen closet with Balder. What are you doing? Anything else?
From the top.
Make our decision for us.
I'm sorry. The connection is really spotty. I'm gonna try and reconnect.
Okay. That is Matthias. Any shout-outs among the party members?
We should go.
Let's do it already, Baron.
This wine is delicious.
My glass is empty.
It's empty.
Is there anybody up here?
Where is Balder?
I'm sorry, kid. Your mind has been poisoned.
He's got a thing for abominations. What do you mean?
Balder, you are rummaging through linens, and you quickly go past that room and work your way toward another room. It seems as though the rooms you're working through are slowly making your way back toward the main area, but you're not there yet.
I will just kind of shout out if there's anyone up here. I'm looking for the bathroom.
You eventually find a very, not quite as nice as the toilet in Amsterdam.
There's no one answering.
There's no gold bathtub.
But no one answers me?
No, but you do stumble upon a very nice bathroom. And if you feel the urge to
Fair enough.
leave a present,
Is that a half hour to take off the armor? Another half hour
Time to drop the boulders.
porcelain. Okay, that is Balder. Naldo, you are up. What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'll start heading back.
Yes, you are. I'm keeping track of it.
So he's kind of looking down at Edric. He tried.
Yes, he is.
Tried to do something to my personal being. So I will take out my crossbow and shoot him.
Oh!
That's my
Ew, why did you do that?
How far away from Edric is he? He's more than 5 feet. Right? He's up in the
Well,
air.
he's up in the air now. Ooh. Ooh.
18 to hit.
An 18 does hit. You hit him.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage to him. Okay. Give me a brief second.
Do not
here.
try to get in my mind, foul beast.
That was not necessary. Not necessary at all.
Your unnatural life is about to come to an end. What?
You don't get sneak attack right now, right?
No, because nobody's within 5 feet of him.
Okay. Oh, true. Right.
I mean, unless I was hidden, but he knows I'm there, so.
Well,
No, he's up.
Yeah,
He's up.
He's up. How high is he up?
Yeah.
He is 15 feet in the air.
He's a good 10 feet above my head.
Okay.
That is Noldo. If somebody could just move the camera to one side or the other and position it to look at stuff, that'd be awesome. But I just need to see the initiative order. The Baron is on deck, followed by Edric. Okay, and the Baron, you are up. What are you doing?
Okay. Okay. Oh gosh, he's 15 feet up, huh? I am going to. Okay. Trying to see how this is done. Is there a save? No. Okay. I am tired of your words poisoning us, and I will cast silence on him. Be quiet, beast. I will cast silence, so it's 20-foot radius around him.
Okay, the spell is upon him. That is the Baron. Edric, you are up. What are you doing?
I go to say something. I can't say anything.
I think you might be, but he's 15 feet in the air. It's a 20-foot radius or diameter?
Radius.
Radius. So you're
I-
underneath it.
No, I'd be in it. If the point is here, it's 20 feet down, so I'd be in
Or
it.
20-foot radius.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not 20-foot diameter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct.
So I would go to say something and
You are
realize
correct.
I can't say anything. So I'm.
I mean, you wouldn't. I don't think you would even know why.
No, I wouldn't. So that goes that plan. I would have no idea why I can't say anything. So I would just pull my bow out and just shoot it up at him. And this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do.
I mean, you would have
There
heard
you
me tell him
go.
to be silent. So.
Well, but I wouldn't understand that you're casting silence directly. So
he would
so-
he would know what?
No, he would know that I told him to be silent, and I did something.
He would know that he told
He would
you.
have heard me tell before I cast a spell. I told him to be silent.
Oh,
Told him to be silent, and then
I
cast
still
it.
wouldn't quite understand yet.
No, it's fine.
So,
Okay.
so I'm gonna do 2 longbow shots. That is a 17 and a 22 to hit.
A 17 and 22, and both hit. The 17 just jabs into him. The 22 easily slams home.
That is a total of 9 points of piercing damage.
9 more points on top of Naldo's arrow, piercing him. He's got like arrows.
He's hurting now.
3 arrows in him.
And I'm gonna back up to about here.
Understood. Edric, that was Edric. The opponents are up. He wouldn't know necessarily that he's in this silence area, but he's looking for a target, and he's got, well, actually, he knows that he was hit by each of them. I'm going to give it a fairly even chance here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is going, oh, wrong set of dice. That would be pretty brutal. He's going for Naldo. He sweeps down, just flying right over towards you. He sweeps down, and this sword tries to swing away at you 3 times. And a 4. He is. You are.
19.
Yes, indeed. 1, give me a fumble card, somebody, please. And 2 hits on you. You take. Thank you, sir. Ew, and he hit himself too. He takes. You take. 38 points of piercing damage. Is that right? Yeah, 38. No, I'm sorry, wrong one. My bad. You take, it was 38. 38 points of piercing or slashing damage, or necrotic damage rather. 38 points of necrotic damage, and he hits himself. And he seems to cut himself, but it doesn't seem to do much to him as he cuts himself with necrotic damage. And all of a sudden, huh?
Does he fly past me, or does he
No, he's
stay?
staying right next to you. He's staying right with you.
I'll use my reaction to use Uncanny Dodge.
There you go.
Which I have.
There you go. And at the same time, coming out throughout the rest of the room, put one of these next to each of the people in the room. Yes, these bats come out of the cracks of the walls and just swirl around the 3 of you guys on the battlefield there. This is going to be a challenge for me to see this. Bear with me here. I'm sorry. Okay. Huh?
It's a lot of D20s.
Yes, it is a lot of D20s. And these, you get a swirl of bats flying around each of you. Each of you go ahead and... Each of you are just suddenly engulfed in this area that is kind of obscuring you, if you will. And that was on Edric. Edric, you're AC 14, correct?
Yes, sir.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits against you. Give me 5 DC 15 con saves, and you take 25 points of piercing damage. On Kip. Kip, these things are swirling around you. AC 17, yes?
Mm-hmm, yep.
AC 17. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'll say 3 hits. Give me 3 DC 15 con saves, and you take 15 points of damage. And on Naldo, these bats are swirling around you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. You take 40 points of piercing damage. Obviously, if you have an ability that can negate some of that, by all means, use it and give me
I already used it.
8. Oh, okay. And give me 8 DC 15 con saves. And that is the good guys, rather the opponents. Kip, you are up. You are just.
I'll see the saves, Tom.
Okay, yes.
So Kip's got an 18, a 27, and a 27.
Okay, awesome.
Edric has an 11, a 12, a 14, a 21, and a 22.
Okay, so you are diseased. Just put down diseased times 2. Okay.
I failed 5 of my.
You were diseased times 5. Okay, for all intents and purposes right now. Okay. Yeah, just we'll worry about that. Just remember that if it gets more disease, you have disease. You feel like this poison flowing through you at the moment. That is the opponents. Kip, you are up. Mattias, you are on deck.
All right. Kip's gonna disengage, and he's gonna get away from the bats.
Okay.
So that's 5, 30. We'll probably go back there a little bit. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the Count or Matthew de Clermont.
Matthew de Clermont.
And that is it. Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. That is Kip, followed by Mattias. You're up. And then at the top of the round, once we get through shoutouts and anything else, Baldur, you will be up. Mattias, you are still moving through the hallways. You guys hear chaos going on. You're about one round away. Another round of movement after this round, and you could be at the door if you wanted to be at the door. Both you and Mattias. That is Mattias. Shoutouts up at the top of the round. Anybody shouting out, coordinating anything tactically with one another?
Use your holy symbols. Surround him. Keep him in one place.
I will not survive this fight. We need to go.
Can I hear anything?
You should be able to.
I figure I should, but
Yes,
Edric wouldn't know,
yes,
so,
yes,
okay.
yeah. I'm gonna say that it's about where that here. Stick this about where that was, if that makes sense. And that way.
Matthew Clement, is he 15 feet in the air still? Or
No, he came down. He flew down
Okay, so
to.
he's
He's
down.
right down next to Naldo.
Okay.
But he's flying still. I mean,
Right.
he's not touching the ground, but he is at ground level.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were, I think, where are we here? Shoutouts.
Yep.
Nothing? Okay.
Just the holy symbols from.
Okay, understood. Everybody pulls out their holy
Create a
sing.
circle around him.
I need to hold a shield and a sword. I don't really have another arm for a hold for the cross.
Okay. Everybody roll a d6. Those who are in the room, roll a d6, please.
Two.
A 2. You, Naldo, are thrown against this wall. You just kind of like hurl up against it whoosh, whoosh, and slam into it, if you will.
So I'm here, and I just fall
you
back.
basically like slam
Fall
against
prone.
it. Just and you take a whopping 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone.
3.
A 3. You are thrown against that wall over there. whoosh, and you take, and you are prone at the moment, and you take another 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Edric.
5.
A 5. You are there. You are thrown against the far wall. You just go flying across the room as gravity shifts for you. Oh, I'm sorry, Baron, 2.
2.
A 2.
Oh, you're with me.
And for Edric, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are thrown. And
Welcome to the
whoosh, and you didn't go that far. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're tossed against the wall there. That is the top of the round. Balder, you are 1 round away from being there. You hear the chaos going on of spells being hurled and clashing of weapons and firing of bows. What?
I will pick up the pace.
You pick up the pace. And I assume Mattias is with you picking up the pace.
Mm-hmm.
That is Balder. Naldo, you are up. What are you doing?
All right, so kind of like where I am, he should still be standing there. I'm gonna kind of like stand up and stab outwards.
Sure, very cool.
Right there.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Whoa, sorry about that.
Alright. So, sneak attack.
I'm with you right next to you too, so oh yeah, I guess you would get sneak attack, right?
That's a 20 to hit.
A 20. Why are you doing this to me? You started this fight.
I don't know.
As you start to fall. 1 million.
Ooh, that's a lot of dice. I like that.
Oh, so many ones.
What the hell?
39 points of damage.
39 points of piercing damage. Ouch.
And then I will use my bonus action to feint with the rapier, and he has to make an opposed dexterity check.
A dexterity. What is that? Just a D20 roll for him?
Yeah, just
okay.
heads up between the two of us.
I'm sorry?
Heads up between the two of us.
And for his dexterity?
Nice, natural 20.
Okay, you got it. And he rolls a 1. Oh, how apropos.
Strike again. Oh, yeah.
There we go. There we go.
$47 points of damage.
47. Ooh.
Much better.
Okay.
And then I will. I guess the bats are all around me, right? So if I move,
well, no, they were where they were. You kind of, they were where you previously were.
All right.
So they are not next to you right now.
I will kind of like run up the wall floor.
Yes,
here.
it is now your floor. That is correct. Okay.
And that is it for me.
That is Naldo. Very cool. Baron, you are up.
Okay.
And he is fairly close to you. So,
Yeah.
like, he would be about here on the ground. So this is your ground. He would be, like, sticking out from the wall towards you. Like, you guys are, like, almost like this, if you will, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
no,
if you were to run
absolutely.
along the wall like this, you could probably jab up at him if you wanted, or not.
Okay. 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 I am going to. Naldo moved to change what I wanted to do. No, it's all good. I am going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardian.
All right. So I will cast Spirit Guardian, and that is a Wisdom 18 save.
Oh, Wisdom 18 save. Okay.
Okay, and if he fails save, the creature takes half
Kind of like
radiant damage.
Okay,
Okay, so
I
15.
roll away.
And that would, I guess, include the bats.
So he's
well.
got a 22.
Okay,
Or
so he
actually a
saves,
20.
so it'll take half.
5.
Oh, that's good. That's 8, 16, 18, so that's 19.
19
And then you
points
half that.
of halved. I'll just call it
Yeah.
10. So 15. Yes.
And
Okay.
the bats as well would have to make the same save.
Okay. How many points to the bats?
It's wisdom 18.
Wisdom 18.
Very wise bats.
No, they are not wise at all. They are very, very unwise. The bats are. Where are they here, Tom?
Till they all transform.
The bats are. No, 0 in terms of wisdom. So they roll a d20 for the cluster of them. And they are a 15.
Okay, so they fail. So they take 19 points of radiant damage.
19 points. Okay, the bats, just like a whole bunch of them, like explode and so forth in this swarm, but it stays in its one piece, if
These
you
like
will.
spectral women are floating around, just like swatting at them.
Whoosh, whoosh, and some of
scratching
them,
at
like
Matthew.
disappear, if you will.
Did Claremont seem particularly affected by the radiant damage?
Oh, that was what you did to him.
Radiant,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Spirit
I'm
Guardian
sorry, I didn't
radiant.
hear you say radiant. My bad. Yes, it did extra damage to him. Thank you for pointing that out. That was how many points of radiant did you do to him?
Well, it was 19,
It was
but
10.
then it was half.
So
It was
yeah,
10.
half. Okay, so yes, it did seem to do more. Thank you for catching that.
Okay.
Anything else, Baron?
No, I'll hold my ground. Just still holding on to my crucifix in front of me.
With that, he will. He didn't like that at all. He's going to, at this point, he sees you there. That was not. He just kind of goes ethereal for a brief moment, and then he flies past you and then up past Naldo, and then he comes back down toward generally where he was at the same time in this kind of blood-like glide of mist that wraps around the two of you. Each of you, as he flies by, you have an opportunity, if you want, to make an opportunity attack at him.
I will cast Inflict Wounds on him.
He also takes, because he moved from when I hit him before,
Okay.
he takes 15 points of thunder damage.
15 points of thunder damage. Okay.
18 to hit.
18 does hit.
10 points of piercing.
10 points, and you feel that as you took the 10 points of damage from him, the tendrils like wrap themselves down your weapon, and then they kind of like dig in and they pierce your skin, and you take 19 points of necrotic damage.
As he goes past me, I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on him.
You cast
as my
Inflict
reaction.
Wounds,
And
okay.
I'm going to scrape at him with my hands.
Yes.
27 to hit.
A 27 hits.
Okay, and I'm upcasting this. So,
Okay, and as you scrape at him, your fingers feel the tingling of the red mist when your opportunity attack, and you take 19 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. I gotta find. I should have taken off all my
Not feeling too good.
All right, I need my.
How many more do you
I'm
need?
shocked I'm still up.
6.
You need 6 total?
Yeah.
You haven't raised his
I
higher.
didn't take 7 d10.
There you
I thought hitting the wall was going to be
All right, there we go. 7 d10.
go. Okay, so 10. It's 20 right there. So 36, 39.
So that's 39 points of necrotic damage.
39 points of necrotic, and he
remember,
cannot ignore
he can't
your
ignore
necrotic damage. Okay, that is your opportunity attacks. Then you feel as though when you made your opportunity attacks, the necrotic damage attacked you. Okay, that
How much did you
is
say was on me? Because I was adding.
19, sir. 19.
So, Tom, just. It would appear, though, the crucifix does nothing to ward him off, like keep him from approaching us or doing anything like that. It doesn't really seem to do anything.
It didn't.
Okay. Okay. No, just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either I
Something
forgot
I'd rather use it.
or it didn't. I don't know
Okay.
when.
Okay.
But you could tell he was completely unfazed by
Unfazed by it. Okay.
and by the Odin amulet.
Okay.
He was bothered by yours.
Okay.
Or previously.
Okay.
But I'm not going to retcon what I've done already. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I will try to remember it.
I'm just thinking movement.
So when you're doing things, just remind me that you have your crucifix out. Because, dude, I got.
No, I know,
there.
but I mean, I'm just thinking movement-wise. That's what I'm concerned about. I know you're not going to retcon it.
I'm sorry. I know you know I'm not going to what?
I know you're not going to go back.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I want to know
Yeah.
if it's
okay.
Helps in movement.
Yeah, I probably should have. Okay, but too late now. Okay, who was that? Whose turn was that? I don't even know anymore.
That was my turn.
That was your.
So it's
That
turn.
was Edric. You are up, followed by the opponents.
Yeah, I see everything that's going on. I cast Sacred Flame. So it's a dexterity saving throw.
A dex saving throw. He fails.
And that will be 14 points of radiant damage.
14 points. It seems to do more to him. Anything else, Edric?
I'll move a little farther up the wall. Just right about
14.
Make the bats work for it.
I'm just calculating. I want to cheat you guys there. Okay, that is him. It's now the bad guy's turn. As some of the arrows that were stuck in him literally pop out, and some of the wounds start to heal on him as he does. And he will, at this point, Baron, he does not like you at all, but he does see your crucifix, and so he's kind of doesn't like run away from you per se, but he reaches up with his hand and he just waves his hand at you, and you feel like almost like this hand tries to grip you and throw you, if you will. Give me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. So he also has to make a DC 18 Wisdom save because of my Spirit Guardians.
A DC 18 Wisdom save. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Sure, he will go for it. He's gonna go ahead. Wisdom save time. DC. He is massive. So, yes, he is good to go.
Okay, so he'll take half Spirit Guard,
half the Spirit Guardian.
Half the radiant damage. What's that?
Technically full.
Is this from moving, or what is it from?
Because he started his turn in the Spirit Guardian.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So, I rolled an 11, so he would get half of that.
Okay, very cool.
Radiant.
Understood. Radiant.
Oh, and the bats. Are the bats still there? They would also.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, the bats also take it. A couple bats sort of disappear, but you notice it doesn't. I mean, it's this large mass of them, if you will. Okay, 11. Understood. Understood. Anything else, Baron, on that? Even though it's part of his turn. Yes, go ahead.
No, my save was 15.
Okay, save. You get thrown. He just grabs you and hurdles you against the far wall. You take.
There you go. Here, ceiling.
And then I guess you're gonna fall back down again. So, bam. So you take. Yeah, because of gravity. So you took 45 points from him just slamming you against the wall. It's like hurtling you against it, and then you take a measly, just from the gentle fall backwards, another 12 points of bludgeoning damage. So the first was like being thrown against the wall. The other one is just a fall back to the ground. Back to the ground. Okay, at that point, he flies back up into the air over in this area, and these guys swirl around you, move those ones over around Edric, move that one around, where
Kip's
is...
in the far corner, prone still.
Where? Okay, Kip, move those around Kip, and put another one around each of them. More bats just keep coming. More bats and more bats. Put the bats around Edric over there. And the bats just...
Quicker this way.
Give me some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You take 20 points, Edric, and give me 4 con saves.
Con saves.
And on Kip.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take 25 points and give me 5 con saves.
No con save. Kip's down.
Kip is down. Okay, and you are diseased, like beyond imagination. And Naldo, take 10 points of piercing damage and 2 con saves. And that is the opponent's. Yes, go ahead,
con
sir.
Saves 9, 17, 19, and 19.
Okay, just one fail, so one more level of
One
disease.
succeed, one fail.
Okay, one more level of disease. Okay, and that is the opponent's. Kip, you are up. Death saving throw, please.
That's a 4. Or do I have to reroll?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was at the end. That's a 4.
And as the blackness starts to overcome you, what goes through Kip's mind?
Kip is prone. He's lying on the ground, and he's trying to tell the Baron to stop. We can't win, and then the bats all kind of swarm around, and as he's trying to get up, he can feel the claws of the bats digging into his flesh, and he just stops for a moment as the blood is dripping down his face, and he just says, "This is wasted," and then collapses.
I got a new toy here, so I don't have to throw them. I don't have to throw them at people. Okay, that is the opponent's. Kip's death saving throw. Mattias, you guys are approaching. You are on the outside of the room. You hear chaos unfolding in the room in front of you. You are up. What are you doing?
You're muted.
Mattias is in this, finds
first I'm
out
gonna say I
he's
can't
in
see
the
anything.
silence spell.
No,
I'm
I
sorry?
can't see anything.
Tap the
Just
screen,
hit that
just
circle.
anywhere,
The
just
circle
tap
in
the
the
screen.
That's right.
And there's a little camera with a line through it. I don't know why that happened. There we go.
I think he was having poor connection.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so there's a door in front of us, if I understand correctly.
Yes, there is a door in front of you, sir.
Well, I throw open the door.
Whoosh! You look into a room, you see what looks like a library or a study of sorts. And in the study, there are swarms of bats. Just literally, you see at least 6 large globs of bats. Rather bizarrely, there is the Baron and Naldo are up on the wall to your left, up on the wall to your left, and it looks like the Baron, is he prone? I can't remember.
Yeah, he's down.
He's
Unconscious.
he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Baron is unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew that Kip was, but the Baron is unconscious on the ground. Naldo is standing on the wall, rather bizarrely standing on the wall. On the opposite wall is Edric, with a swirl of bats around him obscuring his vision, but you can see his feet, and he is standing on the opposite wall, kind of like his head is to you. And then floating in the middle of the room, almost bat-like, but not in bat form, is a man with a black cloak with red trim and a gray beard and gray hair, and he seems to be motioning a lot with his hands toward the bats and what have you. What are you doing? He's about 15 feet in the air.
Is this what it feels like to try that that plant that I've heard they use in Outremer. I think it's called hashish. Because I feel like this doesn't seem real, even for me.
I'm bleeding out to your left.
While you're pontificating.
I shake my head and I run over to try and help my fallen companion.
Okay, you run in the room, and Kip is about 10 to 12 feet up on the wall to your left. So like you'd have to like leap up onto the wall or something, and or climb up onto the wall or something if you want to help him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's on the wall that you're entering.
Okay, I jump up to and try to grab
Okay,
on.
you jump up and just give me a strength save, a strength check, if you will.
Yes.
Actually, no, you don't need to. You know what? There is a bookcase mounted there on the wall. You manage to quickly reach up, grab hold of the bookcase, climb up the wall itself. I know you can't see it. You climb up on the bookcase, and you're standing on top of the bookcase, knocking books off right and left. And Kip is like bizarrely laying on the wall right in front of you, as if that is gravity for him, as if that was his floor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can do a medicine check on him if you want. Or whatever else you want to do.
Let's see. Medicine.
Or if you have a potion, you can shove it down his mouth.
But how would gravity work then, Tom?
This is true. You just shove it in his mouth and turn his head this way.
Hold his nose.
Which gravity takes precedence here?
Once it touches his
I don't know if,
The giver's gravity or the taker's
how many
gravity?
what potions I have anymore.
And then it goes right
I'm
back
sorry,
down.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said.
I don't know what potions I have anymore.
Okay, well,
I don't think we have
I'll
many
try
left.
a medicine check.
okay.
Natural 20.
Okay, I think you are stable, correct me if I'm
Stable at
wrong.
0.
Stable at 0.
Stable at 0. Understood. That is, you may still have some movement if you want. You probably moved about, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, that's probably all your movement. Unless you have a bonus action or something else to do.
No, I'll reserve it for
Okay, that is Mattias. It is the top of the round. Shout outs to everyone.
What's going on? Are you alive in that swarm of bats over there?
What's going on in there?
Okay, that is
fun.
shout outs.
Fun, huh?
Everybody in the room, roll a d6, please.
You can respond as a ghost.
Henry?
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
6.
A 6. Let's start with Naldo there. What'd you roll?
A 6.
A 6. And
ceiling.
Naldo, you go to the opposite side of the room. Whoosh,
Did the bats get an opportunity attack while you go?
whoosh, and you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you end up over there. And you are not there. What'd you roll?
Oh, I'm sorry, 5.
A 5. You stay right where you were, it looks like. Okay, what'd you roll?
6.
A 6. You go to that wall where Naldo is. But you don't fall that far. You just you take 1 point of damage and you are prone. Naldo, you are prone too.
Yep.
The Baron, where you are there, what'd you roll?
4.
A 4. You just fall right down to the center and you take damage. So you
I'm already unconscious.
yes. So
Yeah,
you
death save?
that's a death save down, if that makes sense. Mattias, you are in the room. What'd you roll?
What's the roll?
A d6, please.
2.
A 2. A 2. You fall to this wall, to the to your left, you fall to the other wall because his gravity kind of pulls you in that direction. You take lousy roll, 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone against the wall. That is legendary. Balder, you are up. You're approaching the door. You look inside, and there is chaos unfolding. The Baron is down. Kip is down. People are like, you just saw, looking through the door, people like falling from walls to walls in every direction. What are you doing?
I will take a quick look around, see the vampire, and attack him.
Okay, he is about 15 feet up in the air.
I'll cast Shatter. Right, yeah, we'll do Shatter. Make a Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution saving throw. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of constitutions.
So he takes half.
Well, unless
9
I'm
damage
assuming,
half.
unless it's like I'm sorry?
9 damage half.
9 damage.
And then I will. Oh, we got 5, 10, 40. Head that way.
40 point. That is Balder. Is it? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, that is Balder. Naldo, you are up.
I guess I will just stand up and take a shot with my crossbow using sharpshooter. Yeah, that'll be a 23 to hit.
A 23 does clearly hit. Slams into him with a good thud.
18 points of damage.
18 points. He is not looking good.
Well, that's good to hear.
Huh?
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Anything else from Naldo?
I will kind of just curl in pain as my wounds and the disease that is rife in my body starts to rack me with.
Okay. That is Naldo. The Baron, death saving throw. What is going through the Baron's mind as the life might be passing from him?
The Baron is just hoping that his compatriots can do a better job than he did. Oh, that's a fail. That's a 2. Oh, that's past 16. Yeah, so the Baron is just hoping that his party members can do better in their life than he was able to do in his against the vampire.
That is the Baron. Edric, you are up.
Groan with racking pain as I stand up.
There you go. Get back in it.
No. I will cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
Using the bonus action for that. And then I will perform First Aid on Naldo.
Oh, thank you.
So roll 2 hit dice.
A 10.
Plus 16.
Plus 16.
And that's how much health you take.
Thank you.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay, that is Edric. The opponents are up.
That's a little better.
The opponents, huh?
That's a little
better. Yes, indeed. Seeing Marius, they send this heavily armored man. He waves his hands and he sends things over toward them, and send these 3 over toward those 2 over there. And those 3 over there, send them over that way. And so these bats just swirl around you, obscuring your view, Balder and Marius, and they just chomp away at you. And only 2 hit you for 10 points of piercing damage. Balder, give me 2 con saves. Should be easy for you. Marius, these bats come swarming around you. One hit you for 5 points of piercing damage. And give me a con save, Marius. And he will, at this point, what will he do? He's going to.
Tell me the bet's on me doing anything. My body, my unconscious body.
They're just carrying you around.
Let me see.
Like a puppet.
He's going to. Let me see. One, two, three. How many people are in the room? Oh, up, right.
Up.
1, 2, 3, 4. So he's gonna go after. I'll re-roll 5s and 6. He's going after 3. 1, 2, 3. Balder. He kind of hovers towards your general direction, and he will at that point. He actually dives down into the bats, and he's right up next to you, and he reaches up and he tries to bite you, and he.
I'll be a vampire.
Huh? You want to be a vampire? You might get your chance. Okay, he reaches up.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah. Oh no! As his teeth started to bite into your, and then it just caught on the armor by accident.
That was scary. Natural 20.
Right there. It was right there.
Shift the monitor.
It was right there. Right there. It was right there. No, that's all good. That is the opponent's Kip. You are up. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Kip,
I'm
you are
0.
at 0. That is Kip. And Mattias, you are up. You are in the room surrounded by bats. They are obscuring your vision. Way on the opposite side of the room is, you can't see him, but you know that he's not like right next to you, is the vampire, is Mathieu de Clermont. What are you doing? You can strike away at the bats, you can, I don't know, if you have some way of flying or something else, you can run down the wall toward him or something.
Mount up and run the horse along the walls.
And you fall down to the ground. Are you with us?
He's gone.
Mattias,
We've lost him.
Huh?
it is you.
It's your turn.
Okay.
Strike him.
Attack the bats.
Attack the bats that are
Well,
swarming
yeah.
around you.
So what is it? What exactly is the situation at the moment?
You're surrounded by bats. They're flying all around you, completely surrounding you.
And you have no real way to reach anything else.
I know that.
So you can swing at them, or you can...
Well, I guess I'll have to take an experimental swing at them to try and figure out if I can get rid of them. And let's see, that's an 11 plus 11.
Lots of dead bats.
22. Oh no, 29.
To hit?
Yes.
29 hits. Roll your damage.
And then damage 5 plus 13.
13. Anything else you're doing?
I'll swing 2 more times.
Okay.
Let's see, that's 23 and a 29.
Whoosh, whoosh. Both hit. All 3 hit.
Okay. And then the other
Just tell
2
me your total
D8s.
damage, sir.
Yep. The other 2 damage rolls combine to 16, 26.
So all told, you did how many points of damage?
39.
39! One of the clouds of bats just vanishes in bits and pieces of bat fur and bat pieces. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Anything else? I mean, there are still 2 around you. Anything else, Mattias?
No, not for now.
Okay, that is Mattias. And we're at the top of the round. Any shout-outs to anyone?
Baron, are you with us? Kip?
You guys started this party without me.
As usual.
You told me to go upstairs.
Edric, wait here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, that is the shout out. Baldur, you are up. What are you doing?
I'm going to attack.
You attack him.
And we've got. Reroll this one. Reroll it again. Okay, so then we've got, what was it, 13 plus 24, 18, and 17.
24, 18, and 17, all three hit. Wham, wham, wham.
And we've got, oh geez, 12, 12, and 14.
So it's
38.
24, yeah.
38 points, right? Ooh, he is not looking good. Still,
And then I will action surge.
Do it again.
Do it all again. Natural 20.
natural
11.
20. Pull a critical card, somebody, please, for him.
Yeah, those all hit.
Yeah, they all hit. Maximum damage, so that is 19 on one. And we've got another 18 and 17. And then for a little bit of flair, if I can.
Of course.
I will just hit him twice. Then I will just spin the hammer around and take the wooden handle right through his heart.
Oh, go well. Swing away. Okay, you try to jab the handle in, and it just like jabs into him. What was the total damage you did on the action surge?
It was 17,
17, and 19.
34, 44, 53, right? 53.
54.
54, okay. I didn't want to, okay. 54. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay, anything else? Baldur.
That's it.
Baldur, he did not like that at all. He looks at you and he goes, what's he gonna try and do here? He is going to reach up and just try and grasp at you with his hand and try and crush your throat there. He reaches up and pathetically, you see his hand like clutch onto your armor around you, and it does nothing. Naldo, you are up. What are you doing?
Alright, I'm gonna go this way, kind of slide behind this shield on the wall, and I will take a shot with sharpshooter with the crossbow.
Okay, given that you like ignore cover and what have you, you get little glimpses of him in between the swirling bats where you can take your hit or take your shot.
Nice. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 hits.
42 points of piercing damage.
42 points. Oh my gosh. For you win. He's right in the heart. Not looking good. Anything else, Naldo?
No, that's it.
He did not like that. Push the 3 sets of bats over toward Naldo. The bats go swirling toward Naldo. He didn't like that at all. And Naldo, you feel bats come swirling at you and nibbling away at you. Give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll say that one's a no. 6. You take 30 points of piercing and give me 6 more diseases.
Dodge on that.
Okay, that is Naldo the Baron. Give me a death saving throw. 15, as the life passes between the living and the dead, for the Baron, what goes through his mind?
I'm at disease 10, if that matters.
Yes, remind me after.
The Baron is just trying to kind of clutch to life right now, so it's almost like he imagines himself just trying to claw up out of the ground, like he's trying to just pull himself back to reality, pull himself back to life.
He's clawing through the ground, through the grave from which he came from. There you go. That is the Baron. Edric, you are up. What are you doing?
I'm looking around, trying to figure out who the best person is, because we got 2 people that are down right now and a bunch of us are hurt. I look clearly up at the Baron and I jump up as high as I can and cast Healing Word at him. So you heal
jump shot
5 points.
That's awesome.
And then okay. I'm going to then run over to Maldu and cast...
Maldu.
I will cast resistance on him.
I'll take that, sure.
So if you have to roll a saving throw, you get to add D4. It's basically guidance for saving throws.
Okay.
That is Naldo. Very, very cool. A correction, that is Edric. The opponents are up. He is still right next to you there, Balder. And he will, at this point, he just realizes he cannot pierce you with his teeth. He just draws his sword again. And the sword, it's almost like it's... It's almost like it's blood. It is just made of blood, just this seeping blood. But before he strikes, we're going to take a break.
That sounds right up your alley.
You are watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven Sided Die, and we will be right back.
My name is Jumnus Dawnflower. I used to be a merchant sailor until I was shipwrecked on a strange island and killed in a sacrificial blood ritual. In the moment between life and death, an otherworldly goddess of light came to me, offering me a second chance at life if I swore to enact her will upon the world. Now I travel with the champions of the sun, looking to right wrongs, vanquish evil, and earn the new life I've been given.
Aha! Hello, friends! You can call me Louvier Moreau. I come from the beautiful country of France, of course! Traveling as a salesman. Banished from my home, where by the hand of my twisted sister, my father was killed, and I was implicated. Mon Dieu, how low I've come. But in that low, I found the champions of the sun. Although they may not smell like sweet wine, they are honorable. Mostly.
My name is Virexin. I am a monk who was exiled into Greece after fleeing my homeland. I was sent on a quest via a dream I received. I went in search of great heroes I saw in the dream to help stop some monstrosity from wreaking havoc across the world. I found those heroes in the champions of the sun. Now I strive to gain their trust so they can one day help me defeat the vile beast that threatens everything.
I'm Aldrich, and while I grew up an urchin in the narrow confines of Venice, I never seemed to fit in there. Except for this music box, my past is hidden to me. Now north of the Alps, I feel I'm closer to home, wherever that might be. Near the Untersberg mountain, I discovered these intrepid adventurers. Though they're blazing a dangerous path, perhaps they might help me discover who I really am.
I am Mikolash, a monk from Romania, and sometimes too curious for my own good. My scars tell only part of the tale. Having witnessed cannibalism in my village, as a child, I fled, never to return. On my own, I stole from others to survive. A monk caught me and offered me a better way, but I abused their kindness. Now I walk alongside the champions of the sun. Will they be my own undoing? Or have I finally found the path I was meant for?
I am Borinth, the cave bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger. And with the champions of the sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Bilela. I hail from far-off Ethiopia. With no brothers, my noble father indulged my obsession with self-defense. On business in Rome, my family was accosted, but my skills enable me to defeat our attackers. My desire to fight crime fueled. In my travels, I made a powerful enemy who may now pursue me. Near the Drusistine, I met a stoic knight and the champions of the sun. Now, in a strange land, I hope they can help me deliver justice to criminals, or death.
Welcome back. The party is in the mansion, being tossed about from wall to wall by a vampire and changes in gravity. Swarms of bats have been knocked out. It seems as though you need to do a massive amount of damage to knock out a swarm, and then it completely dissipates. Mattias got rid of one of them. The rest of them are still swirling around the room, nibbling away and diseasing people. And the vampire is still up. He seems to be regenerating a little bit every round, but he's taken a lot of damage. And we rejoin the party in progress as the vampire draws his blood sword. This liquid just seeps off of it. It doesn't even look like it's a real sword. It just looks like blood, and he just swings away, and it just kind of, the blood it just kind of wraps around you as it slashes through you 3 times, or tries to slash through you 3 times. And 22. One hit for a whopping that was anticlimactic. 19 points of necrotic damage from him. The over there on Naldo, the bat swarms swirl around Naldo biting away at you, nibbling away. 1, 2, I think, what's your rate? 19?
19.
One, we'll call it, three of them hit you, and you take 15 points and give me 3 more.
No, not necessary. No more disease for me. Only the sweet caress of the shield I'm hiding behind.
The sweet caress of the shield you're hiding behind. Oh, you are out.
I'm down.
Naldo is down. Over on. Push those other two. Kip is down. Push those other two over toward Mattias. Mattias, these things are swarming around you, and they are completely obscuring your vision, biting away at you. 1, 2, 3. Call it 3. 3 sets of these teeth bite into you. You take 15 points of piercing damage, and give me 3 Constitution saving throws. DC 15, I think is what I said they were. DC 15. That is the opponents. Kip, you are up. You are stable, correct? But you are unconscious. Mattias, you are up. You are surrounded by 4 large blobs of bats just swirling away around you. What are you doing? And you were still on a wall thinking it is the floor. You have 3 attacks against one of them if you want. Or you could run along the wall outside of them and do something else. You are muted.
Right, sorry. My 3 rolls are 18, 22, and 18.
All 3 easily hit into a bat swarm.
Oh no, those were the Constitution saves.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were they?
18, 22, and 18.
You saved on all of them.
Okay, and I'm down to, let's see, 145.
Okay, and you have 3 attacks, or you could move across the wall, which is your floor, or you
I'm
might
going to continue the attacks.
Okay.
So that is a 29.
A 29.
A 32, and a natural 20.
All right. Ooh, a natural 20. Pull a critical card for him, somebody, please.
Maximum damage.
Okay, so maximum damage, let's see, that's 8 plus 3 plus 5 is 16. So, 16 on that one, and then...
So another 16 for your bonuses, and then just roll 2d8s, right? So it's 32 and 2d8s.
Wait, no. The 16 was with all bonuses.
Okay.
It's a D8 plus 3 plus 5.
Right, I was just counting up your other bonus. You've got 2 more attacks. They both hit. So you would also get another plus 8, and then another plus 8. Plus 3, plus 5, plus 3, plus 5. Roll 2 more D8. So I'm just trying to make the math move along.
Oh yeah, then that's...
And I'm actually slowing it down. I'm sorry. Just
that's
do it.
11.
I'm sorry?
The two remaining rolls are 11.
Okay, 11, 24, 35, and 43. Another burst. A bunch of bats burst into little bits and pieces as Tom slows down the game, trying to do the math for a player. That is Mattias. And you have movement if you want to run outside of them or something like that.
Yeah,
or not.
Is the Baron still unconscious?
You can't see him. You are obscured. You have these bats swirling around you.
I'll try to escape the swarm then.
You
and take a look around
you have
and take
no
stock
problem
of the
moving
situation.
outside of the swarm. You move outside of the swarm and you look down and you see the Baron. The Baron is currently on the
You're still
floor.
on this wall. Yeah.
Oh no, he's.
No, I slid down.
Oh, you were down. Slid down.
Yeah.
Okay, the Baron is on the floor, about 30 feet, maybe 20 feet from you, prone but conscious, on the floor, away from you. So, like you're on a wall, he's on the floor, if that makes sense.
Okay. And does anyone else appear to be out at the moment?
Kip is out, but he's the opposite wall. He is over to your right, the entranceway
Yeah,
wall.
and I had stabilized him, hadn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you did. For now.
Yeah. Okay. I will turn to guard against the swarms.
Okay, you turn, you're facing the swarms. That is Mattias round. Any shout outs, any plans, any coordination to go on?
Finish him.
Working
Finish
on it.
him.
Working on it.
I will get Kip.
I will get Naldu.
Naldu.
Naldu?
So
I think it's Naldo.
Naldu.
It's that
This
English
whole
accent.
time?
It's that English accent. So proper. Oh no. Kip, are you unconscious too?
Yes.
I'm
Yes, I am.
unconscious as well. How's it going over there?
It's just high level.
Looking a little batty. All right.
Okay. It is the top of the round. Everyone roll a dreaded D6.
Here it comes.
Oh dear.
Let's see. So is my unconscious body gonna flop?
Oh, yeah. Same direction as me? No.
Got a 3.
A 3. Huh? I'm sorry?
Oh no, we were just talking about how it might position us.
It'll change in a second, or no?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
We're all
A 3. You're going to this wall over here, Ronaldo. You fly across the room and you lose a death save because you're unconscious, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you lose a death save as you take some damage there. It's not a critical though. Okay, there. That is Naldo. Ryan, what's your roll?
A 1.
A 1.
Ooh, are we going to the roof?
You literally go toward the ceiling.
Nice.
You
Don't
fall
even up there yet.
You fall up toward the ceiling.
The roof is on
Can
fire.
I attack him as I go?
Can you? Do you have that ability? Something special to do that? I'm sorry.
Reaction.
What? It's like an opportunity attack?
Describe to me how you're doing
He
it.
moved out of my space.
Describe to me how you're doing it.
You just
Gravity
moved
took
out
him
of
away.
Okay, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. You are
As I
prone
fall on
on
the
the
ceiling.
roof.
Where are you going?
Go back here!
That is
Coward.
Boulder, Naldo, I'm sorry.
Oh, 5.
Kip, you stayed in the same place again.
Actually, look, 4.
Yeah, I thought it changed, but
4. Did it? I'm going by my chart here.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
screwed it up before, it's because the ceiling on the bottom side is actually.
Yeah, you're totally fine.
And I'm trying to. I just moved the 1 down to the bottom, so I might have screwed it up somewhere, but it all works out the same.
4.
A 4. You stay on. You are on the floor, if you will. So you fall down. You not that far. You're prone. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you were down there. Baron.
2.
A 2. You go to this wall. Oh, actually, no. You go to that wall over there. That far wall. You go and slam into that wall, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And lastly, Mattias, what did you roll?
4.
A 4. You fall down to the floor, but you don't go that far because you're literally about 5 feet. You fall 5 feet, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone. Boulder, you are up. What are you doing?
I will cast fly, and I will go after the vampire.
Kick off the wall, go back down.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, as I land on the ceiling, I just jump back off and come after him.
Okay. Do you have anything else besides that, or is that your action?
That's my action.
Okay, that is. Any bonus action or anything else?
Put me upside down at the vampire.
Whoosh. Yes, there you go. Well, we got the picture. You're flying. He's also flying. So put him on top of the other one right there, and there you guys are right next to each other, swirling around with one another.
GBZ here.
That is Baldur. Naldo, you are up. Naldo.
That's it.
Death save. What is going through Naldo's mind as he's slipping between the living and the dead?
Naldo's thinking about the shard of the cross, and maybe he should have brought it with him and not left it in the cart. But it is a relic, and it really shouldn't be used for such things.
Very cool.
That's a success.
Very cool. That is Naldo. Baron, you are up. You are prone on the wall.
I'm down again.
You're down again. As he was hurtled against the wall.
Down again.
What goes through the Baron's mind as he's thrown against the wall?
Perhaps I am not meant to be in this world with the living.
Things we could have talked about before this happened.
Karma. A bright light surrounds you. It says, come to me, my child. That is the Baron. Edric, you are up. What are you doing?
I'm gonna stand up and then use my 15 feet of movement to get over to the Baron. So I'm going to perform field surgery, which is an action. So it is roll 2 hit dice, and plus 18, and then all that times 2. Or sorry, plus 16, all that times 2.
Okay.
2 hit dice.
I picture a saw on a leg, you know.
I'm just stuffing clotting
16.
agents into holes.
20, 36 times 2
is 72.
72? Why didn't you do that before, dude?
Damn.
I get one use.
Holy crumb.
Well, I get
That
one
is
use
awesome.
a long rest.
Holy crap.
That is awesome. That is clutch.
And then
Baron opens and is like, you should drive the stake into my heart and finish it.
no.
The light fades and it says, you should have come to me.
I was going to.
Okay.
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Dash to get over to Naldo and
Naldo.
use my Naldo, whatever.
No, you keep saying it the way you say it. You be you.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Wait, where's Naldo?
He's on that
On the wall.
Basically, I'm
just
just like, here, plugging holes, like, okay, you're good. This way. Plug holes. And then I'll use my bonus action for paramedicine, so you are stable with 1 hit point.
Oh, okay.
As you're working on him on the wall, the blood is running toward you. Actually, it's running toward the wall.
like
It
painting
starts
the wall.
toward you and then it goes toward the wall.
They're just stuffing gauze in holes. Hey.
And you are at what?
1 hit point?
What?
One hit
Okay. Anything else, Naldo?
No,
Or I'm sorry, not Naldo. Edric.
I don't think you got much left to do.
No, that's everything.
The opponents swirling around. Let me see. Who do we got? These ones go toward. Go over toward this tank there, and then just move those 3 over toward the 3 of you. Put 1 on each of you. Just as swirling around Mattias, they swirl. These bats come swirling around you, doing 1, 2, 10 points of piercing damage, and give me 2 con saves. Over on Naldo. Naldo, they're nibbling away at you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 points, and 5 more.
That definitely takes care of my 1 hit point.
Boom, you're down again. Okay, and then on on
again, make sure.
Edric.
Because
the
of Sanctuary, they
yes.
have to
I
make
passed both con saves. By the way.
Awesome. Very cool.
They have to make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
A DC
If they fail, they have to choose a new target.
Oh,
if they are targeting
I don't know. Well, they did pass. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the other guys, but they did pass, and they swirl around you. It was they're plus nothing. They swirl around you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You take 20 points of piercing.
I am unconscious.
But you brought the Baron back up to 72. That is wickedly cool. And to give me 4 DC 15 disease con saves while you're at it. That and over with the he is wrapped with you and he is just at this point. He's kind of like stuck in this point of like no other choice. He's like, I think he doesn't really have much of an option but to sit here. And he's tried biting you. He's tried crushing your throat. He's tried charming somebody. He's tried hurling somebody. He's done his Reaper glide across the room. He is just going to his blood sword just swing away at you again 3 more times. And a 30 and a 22. Wham, wham. You take 38 points of necrotic damage. That is their turn, the opponent's turn. Kip, you are up.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay, you are unconscious, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Mattias, you are prone, but it is your turn and you have 3 sets of bats swirling around you again. And you you wouldn't see them yet. Okay, you have 3 sets of bats swirling around you, Mattias. You can run outside of them or you can battle away with them.
He's prone right now, too.
And you are prone at the moment. Mattias?
I'm sorry, what is it?
3 attacks. Roll 3D. Roll your attacks.
Yeah.
3 of them, please.
Right. A fumble, a 26, and a 29.
Somebody pull a fumble card for him, and you 2 hits. So plus 16, plus 3, plus 3, plus 5, plus 5 is plus 16. Roll 2d8, please.
Add 12, so
12
28.
and 16, 28 points of damage to him. He. Oh no! Wait, 28. I'm sorry, that's 2. The bats, like, I was thinking something else. The bats are swirling around and just getting like chomped to bits, but that mass is still up in front of you.
Mattias, you gotta roll a DC 18 Wisdom save, or be frightened.
And I barely make it.
Okay.
That is Mattias. Any shout outs from around the room?
Thou beast! You have not beaten us yet.
No, we're pretty beaten.
We're pretty beaten. Gargle.
Okay.
We have persistence. We are the living.
You will die here today. Mark my words. You will die here today.
Everybody roll a d6.
Oh, God.
Parlay?
No. A what?
A 1.
A 1. You fall on the ceiling. Where are you? Whoosh. You take. Are you conscious or unconscious?
I'm unconscious.
You lose a death save. What'd you roll, Boulder? Oh, you're flying. You just like gravity spins around for you, but you are still in the same spot. So right now, gravity for you is that wall over there. Does that make sense? The far wall. So you're like, you guys are in like this fighter jet kind of maneuvering around one another. What'd you roll?
2.
A 2. You go toward that wall with, and boom, you take 3 points. It doesn't matter. You were at 0.
Now
3
I'm-
points of bludgeoning, and now you're
I'm
in
in
death saving throws. Edric, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5. You go toward that wall over there, and you take.
I have the death saving throw.
I'm sorry?
I take a failure.
Yes, you take a failure. That is. And Baron.
Oh, 6.
A 6. You come toward this wall right here. You fall all the way across the room over to the far wall. And you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Mattias, what did you roll?
The floor is 4.
A D6, please.
You're on mute, man. Mute.
Oh, I muted myself by accident. 1.
A 1.
You're with me on the ceiling.
You're on the ceiling. You go from the floor to the ceiling, and you
Got away
take.
from the bets.
You take. Good roll. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall on the ceiling, and you are prone. That is Mattias. Boulder, you are up.
Trying.
Stop playing around now. Finish him.
Fireball. Come on, fireball.
I can't. I'm within range of him.
So what?
Attack! We've got a 26, a 30, and a 16.
Wham! 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 Everything except the 16 hits.
I will re-roll that one. We'll get all 3 in here. Come on. No.
Nope.
Oh, we've got 19 and 14.
33.
Yeah.
23.
How many points of damage?
19
33.
and 14.
33? You just slam into him. And it just explodes in a mist of red. His face coalesces in front of you, not as a face, but as nothing but blood. This blood mass of mist. And he says, I'll be back for you. And he vanishes. As he vanishes from the room, give me a second here.
Gravity comes back.
I'm sorry?
Gravity comes back.
Yes, gravity does come back. Gravity returns. All of you fall toward the floor. If you were on a wall, you take 3 points of damage. If you were unconscious, you lose another death save. If you were on the ceiling, you take another 12 points of damage, Mattias, on the ceiling. And you slam, and literally, as you're standing there, slowly, the building around you starts to dissolve. And just almost like specks of flames and specks of sparks from a fire, it flitters up into the air. And it just disappears. And you find yourselves. Everybody remove the figures, please. Just push them to the side.
The bats, I presume.
Yeah, you can just push the bats toward me, please. Could you take that Lycoa thing?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Come on.
Who's alive? Anybody alive?
Oh, you're up.
Anybody got enough death saves stuff?
I have 2 fails. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna get everybody up.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the Baron's home.
It
was you all along.
destroy every single one of those.
That's cool.
Put your figures somewhere in the graveyard, please.
Me, Marius, and the Baron were all trying to get together.
We were both in a corner.
Can I, real quick, cast mass healing word on everyone? Is it, or is it?
Let me just go around the table.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Balder, all of you, the building just flitters away into the night. You're underneath a large moonlight. The building where it was ceases to exist, and you find yourself standing in a graveyard. Stones, a mausoleum. It's much larger than it appears, but to give you some idea what it looks like, it is dark. You can see the twinkling lights of the village, the city of Tours, the small city of Tours down the hill. You're on a slight rise. The wind is wisping by. The ground seems to shift, almost like there's something underneath it, just kind of like moving underneath it. Balder, what are you doing?
I guess do I see the ground moving?
You do, but it's like all of the place. It's not like you can discern like a worm underneath the ground. It's almost like just kind of like.
Yeah. I will scoop up as many people as I can carry and fly them over here out of the cemetery.
Okay. You initially grab two.
You know, the ones that are unconscious.
Understood. You grab two, you pick them, and you move them out. Naldo, what are you doing?
I'm unconscious.
Death saving throw, yes. And as Naldo, life flashes before your eyes, what goes through Naldo's mind?
This is a moment.
The wine was red. My blood is red. Maybe I should have drank more wine. That's a pass. Whew.
That is Naldo. The Baron, what are you doing?
I'm going to stand up and say, Lord, bring back my friends from certain doom, and I'll cast mass healing word on everyone, so that's 9 points of healing to everyone.
Everyone feels just.
And then I will make my way to the door of the crypt.
Okay.
And once I get to the door, I will try to open it. I will either, whether it's a push or a pull, I can't tell, but I'm going to go and attempt to open the door.
Okay.
Perhaps we should wait a minute.
We must finish him while he is in his resting place.
We are spent.
The Baron is mad. He will kill us all.
Spent. We cannot go any further.
I'm starting to agree.
This is our only This is our only chance.
Kill him.
I'm gonna go open the crypt door.
Okay, well, you used your action to cast. We'll come back.
That was a bonus action.
Okay, I'm sorry. You go up to the door, and it's locked.
Is there anything on it that looks like it's locked? Is there a
Sure, it
key
looks like there's a
lock?
key lock on it.
Okay. Aldo, you must come open this door.
Edric, you are up.
I stand up, and have I done that to Kip yet? I will use my action to use the healer feat on Kip. So you get 20 hit points back. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do first aid on myself. So that's 14 plus 16, so 30 more points for myself.
Okay. That is Edric. The ground just continues to shift. Kip, what are you doing?
I'm gonna get my bearings because I've been down the entire time. I'll stand up.
It is night. There's a full moon overhead. It's dim, for you probably bright light. But looking around, you're on a slight rise. A hill, the town off in the distance. The ground inside the cemetery, and maybe, mostly in the cemetery, just kind of like rumbles, like eerily.
Okay. I will. I'll turn to Edric. I'll say, "This was a fight we were not prepared for. We need to go." And I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
At third level. We'll do third. Where's the reach? 9, 13.
That is Kip. Mattias, you find yourself standing in this graveyard now that the building has dissolved. Your compatriots, some of them, Balder, Edric, and Kip, exited the graveyard outside a small iron fence that doesn't look as much like a security fence as much as it looks like just a way of defining the graveyard. You're surrounded by tombs, gravestones, a single mausoleum. The Baron went up to the door of the mausoleum and appears to be trying to open it. Naldo is off to one side. What are you doing?
Muted.
I go to the Baron. What are you doing?
We must finish the vampire in his resting place. He lost his form, and he goes into the tomb in his resting place. We must finish him. This is when he is the weakest. We must finish him in the tomb. This is our only chance to finish him.
I see. Very well. I start helping him.
Okay, you see a door in front of you. It appears to be locked. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a Fort Knox lock. It's just a small faceplate lock.
Attack it.
I just hit it with the elbow of my armor.
Give me a strength check, please.
Let's see, that's a 24.
A 24. As you bang it, it just kind of like, you hear it snap inside, and the door goes slightly ajar.
After you.
That is Mattias. Balder, what are you doing?
I will.
Still flying.
Still flying. I'm a superhero now. And I'll use second wind to heal up a little bit.
Okay. That is Balder. Naldo, what are you doing?
I'll go up and I'll walk past the Baron and I'll put my hand on his shoulder as I walk by and shake my head and say, "You will be the death of us all." And I'll push open the door.
Perhaps, but the world would be a great place because of it.
I'll just turn around and spit a glob of blood from the crucifix.
Arm yourself with your crucifix.
I prefer the shield and the sword.
You must lock him in his burial place.
You take the crucifix. I'll take the shield and the sword. Shall we?
Yes. I will push in.
You
the tomb.
You push into
crucifix out.
You push into the tomb. Inside the tomb, there is a sarcophagus inside of it. There's probably around 2 to 2.5 feet around it on all sides. It appears to be stone, and there is a stone lid on top of it. There's a stone floor, the stone sarcophagus. Just imagine this being inside this building with enough room to just slightly move around the edges of it. It is in this room very dark. Moon is blocked out. What was dim light outside is very dark in here.
Okay.
You feel the edges of it. That is the Baron. And what are you doing, Baron?
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go up to it, up to the casket, and I'm gonna attempt to push the covering off of it.
Okay, you try to lift this covering, and you can tell that it's stone. Give me a strength check as you try to lift it off of there and push it out of the way.
I will help since I'm in there with him.
Okay, your Naldo is up against it. You can roll with advantage.
You can roll.
Did that was with advantage.
Well, you still roll with advantage.
Okay, that was better. 19.
19. Between the two of you, you feel like you're like trying to lift it up, but it is heavy.
Well, and all the blood that's seeping out of me and onto my hands. It's kind of slippery as I'm trying to push.
That is the Baron. Edric, what are you doing?
So what's the plan, Kip?
I don't know. The Baron seems to think the world would be a better place if we finish this fight, but if we die, that is not true. Ghazi will take the world.
It also feels like it's a moving goal. There's always going to be another.
Perhaps the worst is behind us and we should help to finish this and be done with this cursed place.
And then we leave.
Yes.
Okay.
After we get let go.
Of course.
You think you're getting that dog
Stating
back?
the obvious now.
You're not getting that dog back.
I guess
He's getting treats right now.
I'll just stay with Kip as we will start to head in to help out if we can.
You start to move back through the gates. That's one for each of you there, please. You start to move back through the gates. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I saved your lives and you walked back in.
You're coming back.
Well, Egypt walked back in. I didn't yet.
We're sticking together.
As you start walking back in, you just feel the ground kind of like shifting underneath you, all around you, throughout the graveyard.
I don't like this.
I don't either.
Okay, the two of you, you're up near you move 30 feet in?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, move yourselves in, please. That is Naldo. The Baron, you are there with, not Naldo, I'm sorry, Edric.
That was Edric.
So
And Kip.
Yeah,
And Kip's movement.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Mattias, you are up. You are inside the middle of this graveyard.
Matthias, help us.
Of course I will.
So you come in the mausoleum and help push off the top?
Yeah, I will.
Mattias goes, you go into the mausoleum. It is dark in there. I mean dark, dark. It was dim light outside, and now it is dark inside here. You go up and you feel around. You kind of bump into Naldo and the Baron, and you find an edge of the mausoleum crypt that's inside the mausoleum, rather. What are you going to do? You're going to try and lift the lid?
I'm going to try to lift and push at the same time.
Okay,
You come in and you see us like struggling, like we're pushing with all our might.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really see you.
Well,
He just kind
you
of
hear us
feels-
groaning and like the sound of stones scraping.
Yeah, I'm going to try and push up a bit so that it's easier to push it that way.
Okay, as you push up, the three of you, you feel Mattias's presence, by the shining glint. It doesn't make the light any brighter, but the little bit of light glinting off his armor makes it known where he is. All three of you roll a strength check again, combined, please.
Hey, Tom.
Straight up, not with advantage.
During my turn, as I was walking, I just cast good berries, and I gave Edric 5 good berries. Just to hang on to. Gives if somebody eats it, you get 1 hit point.
All right, fair enough.
Strength.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well,
Hang
yeah,
on.
strength
Hang on.
or athletics, whichever is better for you. Strength or athletics, whichever is better for you. If you have a
I have a 12.
it should be the same.
14.
So that's 26. What'd you get for a strength check, Mattias?
Mattias with a 35. Come on.
I got a 21.
A 21 between the three of you.
Just ways to keep people alive.
Between the three of you, you manage to lift the lid. You hear the scrape of the stone against stone, and you just push it off. But it is completely dark in here. In the blackness.
Doesn't somebody have a cantrip?
Balder, what are you doing? You are up. You are outside, flittering around.
I fly in.
You fly.
It's getting really crowded in here.
I cast light on my shield so I can see.
And it kind of eerily, very quickly illuminates the inside of the.
See in there.
And what do you see? You look inside and you see, albeit laying inside, I'm going to flip this one and this one because the lid is off of this one. Laying inside, it takes you a moment. Oops. It takes you. I'm sorry?
It's the butler.
Rogie.
It takes you a moment to adjust to the light in this dark room as it flickers off the walls on either side. And there, inside the crypt, you see Rogie.
Yes. I take the handle end of my hammer and I attempt to finish it.
You tried it. You aim very carefully for his heart, and you shove it down inside of him. Roll anything but a 1 on a d20, sir.
Oh no!
Okay.
That one
How
should
does
stop.
that happen?
That should have stuck.
The bodies, you plummeted toward him, and he starts to wake, and he's like, and you just shove it down through, and it just explodes in there.
Covered in blood.
And the body just disintegrates in small pieces. And there you are in this room. What are you doing? That is Balder Naldo. You're in the room. You just saw what you saw off the light of Balder's magical light.
That was the one that greeted us at the door, was it not?
It is a vampire.
But where's the?
We must search. We must continue to search.
I'll start looking around at the walls and the floor to see.
Where are you looking? You're looking at the walls and the floor and the ceiling.
I'll cast light on my hand as
Yeah,
well.
I'm just-
looking around.
Where are you looking?
I'm looking at the walls. I'm looking at for any maybe place scraping. I'm looking for like anything that maybe like looks like it was slid open or at some point or moved.
Okay, that's Naldo and the Baron each looking. You're looking outside the casket. You're looking at the walls and the ceiling. Edric, you are moving. Where are you?
We're Kip and I are
Okay,
both out
you are
here.
moving across. The ground is still kind of moving ever so slightly. What are you doing?
Did we hear the explosion?
Yes. I mean,
what's going on in there?
Search the caskets out there. We must find him.
Who?
The master.
The master, the vampire.
Okay.
We have killed one. There is another.
We got the servant, but Clement is still.
Search for Clement.
We cannot find where he is.
Okay. What do you think?
It's not my turn.
Okay, that is.
Are you gonna look?
Edric, what are you doing?
I will hold my action to help Kip do whatever he's doing.
Okay. I'm just using this as a means to make sure nobody gets overridden by whoever's the most powerful player at the table in terms of personality-wise. I'm not trying to pigeonhole you into a way of doing things. Okay, that's Edric. Kip, what are you doing?
I'll turn to Edric and I'll say, let me see what I can find. And I'll look around and I'll see, are there any spirits here?
Nope, none. Yep, none.
None here.
No.
You look around, and there are a lot of spirits. They're walking around, just somewhat aimlessly. Some were sitting on the side of the hill just looking at the town, almost like there's a couple sitting off to one side, almost as if in a romantic moment, just enjoying a moonlit night, looking at the town. There are others that are engaged in some type of ribald affair, sitting there making jokes with one another. You do see a lot of spirits.
Kip will actually feel a little sense of peace as he sees this romantic couple and this other group that's having some revelry, that things just seem so much simpler here. He will be looking to see if there's any evidence of De Clermont or his spirit venturing around any of the caskets that might look that way. If anything is out of the ordinary from a spirit being in the graveyard, if anything looks a little different, and then probably not seeing that, just seeing the different spirits and stuff, he'll start inspecting the sarcophagi that might be raised or some of the tombstones to see if he can see De Clermont.
A figure rises from the sarcophagus that you're in, and it just sort of comes up out of the top, and it kind of sees you and looks at you.
Kip will pretend to look like away, as though he doesn't.
And then it just, when you do so, it kind of rests back down again.
And he sighs and moves on to the next one.
Okay, that is Kip. Mattias, you are up. You are in the mausoleum. You see the Baron looking around in the room. You see Naldo checking out the walls and the ceilings inside the room. The light from Balder is casting this eerie light inside as it emanates from him, and the shadow of the crypt concealing the light behind it. What are you doing?
I try to search as well.
Where do you search?
Inside the coffin.
You look inside the coffin, you start rummaging around, you peel back parts of the coffin, and then down at the head, at the base inside, you find a small hole going into the coffin. And it seems to, like, it's about the size of your finger, and you can stick your finger in, and it almost feels like it goes in and it turns down. That is Mattias.
I think I found it.
Well done, Mattias. Well done. Let's finish this.
Balder, what are you doing?
Is there... If Mattias describes what you said, is there any sort of hook that's in this mausoleum that I can lift that with?
So you look around and you don't see a hook, but catching a glimpse, it's your light that is illuminating the room, catching a glimpse of what Mattias, because you were providing him the light for him to find it, catching a glimpse, you realize that the hole is down, the crypt is here, and the hole is down near the floor. So wherever it goes down.
Like in the crypt, though.
Yes.
I'll attempt to smash the floor then.
You go up.
It's the only thing I know how to do.
Things with a hammer?
Where are you smashing? Inside the crypt, outside the crypt, around the crypt? Where
the
are you?
floor of the crypt where he found the hole.
Okay, that's inside the casket.
Yeah, right.
You climb up inside the casket. You're literally standing in the casket. Just going. Roll anything but a 1.
Oh, don't say that again. 17.
It takes many swings, but all of a sudden it starts to suddenly crack. And there's an opening down below. And it starts to break away, and you see down inside a casket. An ornate wooden mahogany casket, but not in any way deteriorated, with large gold pieces of trim alongside of it.
This is it, Balder.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll just kind of...
That
How big is
is-
the opening?
That is
I
Boulder.
made?
It's big enough that you could probably reach down in and rip open the top if you wanted. That is Boulder. Naldo, you are up. What are you doing?
I guess I'll... Can I get in beside Balder and like...
You,
Like,
I mean,
open
it's
it up?
tight.
Yeah.
I mean, the two of you are standing on top of this crypt right here.
Yeah, I'll start trying to open the
He's
top of the
kind of
casket.
hovering over it
I was
a
going to
little
say,
bit.
I'm flying. I'll give him a little room.
Yeah, you're flying. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah.
It's really, really tight.
Yeah,
You're
I'll-
kind of prying it open and lifting up other pieces to be able to move it. And you're like, as Balder is smashing it away, you're lifting the chunks and tossing them off to the side. That is Naldo. The Baron, what are you doing?
I mean, I want to get in there and try to open this casket. I mean, that's ultimately
Okay,
what I
you're
want to do.
inside. You're moving the debris outside, trying to make room for more people inside the area. Okay, so right now you've got the 4 of you in there. That is the Baron. Edric, you are up. What are you doing? I'm sorry. Did you have something else you wanted to do?
Never mind.
No, go.
No, it's okay. No, don't worry about it. I was gonna, as we were clearing debris, and I was gonna put my crucifix on the coffin itself.
Okay,
Like,
your
on
it
top.
lays on top.
Yeah.
It almost seems to shimmer as you lay it on top, on top of it. It just kind of almost like ice encrusting it, if you will. Edric, what are you doing?
It's not this one.
It's not this one? What about that one?
We'd have to check.
Okay, let's go check.
Okay.
That is Edric. that is Edric.
It's like me running around upstairs.
Yeah, we're the two of us upstairs
Yeah.
are just checking different sarcophagi.
Yeah, we're just going through and...
Trying not to disturb anything that doesn't need to be disturbed, as I tell Edric.
So they all get zombied. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Until they all get zombied
Yeah.
from out of the ground.
Yeah. The
Don't
floor's
you put
still
that
moving,
evil
I
on me,
imagine,
Ricky
right?
Bobby.
Yeah, so we're stepping on this spongy moving
As the Naldo is slowly lifting pieces out, the Baron is helping. The Baron reaches in and places his cross on top of the sarcophagus. The ground outside erupts in various areas. And run slowly out of the ground. Things start to rise up.
Open your freaking mouth.
Start to rise up out of the ground.
I just wish there wasn't like copyright issues so it could like have Thriller.
We don't say the Z word.
Matthias, close the gates!
Balder flies out of here again.
You're on your own!
We made a mistake. We're sorry.
We're running, right?
Totally running.
Okay.
Yeah, now would be the time to run.
Misty's starting our way out of there.
I got
Sounds like
Oh, that must be nice.
Time to use my bonus action to use get some hit die back.
And some of these guys come running right into the crypt themselves, tearing into the opening.
No, they're like 20 days later.
what Mattias is at the
And
door.
some of them go tearing, running at Edric and Kip.
Not the ceiling.
Some of them go.
Totally gonna abandon you, though.
That's good enough for right now. On Kip and Edge. So these zombie-like forms come up out of the ground, and almost like they were summoned, and they come hurtling toward the two of you guys. I've got 2 on Kip and 2 on, and they just claw.
Back to back.
None of them seem to, I don't think, seem to penetrate you, Kip. And on Edric, they claw away at you. And it's all three hits against you. You take 12 points of piercing damage. Was that one guy or 2 guys? That was one guy. And one of them is latched onto your left leg at the moment. And give me a DC 12 con save. And with that, the other one attacks away at you as well. The second one. And he fumbles against himself. 1 hit for another 4 points and 1 more. No, you don't need to do another con save. Another 4 points. These ones go in and they attack. I'm going to say...
Mattias is probably near the door.
Mattias is near the door.
I failed that con save.
Huh? You failed your con save. You were poisoned.
I'm in the coffin.
Okay, and
on the ceiling.
Mattias, you've got these guys clawing away at you. You take 4 points of piercing damage. Give me a con save, and this guy is like latched onto you. And another.
How many points do I take?
4 so far. Hang on. 4.
How many points is it?
Natural 20. Another 2. 12 points so far. And
a con save, maybe?
And give me, hold on a second. Yeah, just 12 points and 2 con saves, please. That is the opponent's. Kip, you are up. What are you doing?
That's an 18 and a natural 20 on the con saves.
Beautiful. You're fine.
Awesome. Kip, you are up.
Yeah.
You see Edric go down right next to you. What do you guys need help with?
There's an ability that he has that says something about level threshold or something.
Yeah, shout it out.
Kip is gonna cast. If I can find it. Where the heck is it? Oh, it's level 1. Okay. Yeah, Kip is gonna cast Entangle. So it's like the vines and thorny vines and weeds and ivy come out of the ground, sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from the center of us, and it becomes difficult terrain. Any creatures in the area must succeed on a strength saving throw to be restrained.
Okay, so there are 4 of them there.
And that includes me.
That's any creature, technically, yeah.
So what's the... they've got...
Yes, they got to beat a 15.
1 did of 2, and I'll let you pick them. And...
So strong when you're unconscious.
2 did of 4 that are around you.
So 2 saved?
Yes, 2 saved. You can pick them.
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say these 2 guys right here in the front saved, and these 2 guys in the back failed.
Okay, sounds great.
I also failed.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, and you as well. Okay, that
works for you.
Anything else, Kip?
Yeah. No. What do I have as a bonus action? I don't think anything because Lycona's not here. Yeah, actually, as a bonus action, I'll cast my Misty Step and I'll get out of here.
Okay.
You just leave Edric tangled.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the front of the gate, and yeah, in my next round I'll open the gate.
Okay, that is Kip. Mattias, you are up. Mattias, you're standing there inside the mausoleum looking at the crypt.
I'll try to save you from afar. That's what I do.
And these zombies come tearing at your backside, biting and clawing away at you. You're looking at the crypt. You can feel them right behind you. Nothing seems to be happening toward the crypt. Everything seems to be happening outside. What are you doing?
I will attempt to help cut a path through the zombies.
You turn to face the exit to the mausoleum, and you start to hack your way through. Give me your three attacks against the 3 zombies that are right there in front of you.
Let's see. That's a 28. A 25. And a 31.
All 3 hit easily. Your sword cutting into rotting flesh. Very cool.
Yeah, it's all broken.
And then my damage rolls total 21.
21, all 3 together? How is that even possible?
21 without my modifiers.
Oh, okay. Plus 24. So 45 points of damage. One of them just like explodes in a mist of blood and body parts and what have you. Completely obliterating it. That is Mattias, unless you're moving. Well, you can't really move. They're kind of blocking the way. Any shout-outs going around?
Naldo, Baldur, finish it. I will take care of the undead.
Idrik, I'm still here.
What is it?
All right.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay. That is some shout-outs.
It's okay. Kip just sacrificed Edric to save himself.
Don't have to run faster than the bear. I just have to run faster than you.
Exactly. Exactly. That is Baldur, you are up. What are you doing?
Was I able to clear enough rubble to lift the
Yes, you clear away between the Baron, Naldo, a little bit of help from Mattias, and yourself. You've been pulling out the rubble, and there is this ornate casket right in front of you.
I lift the lid.
You lift the lid up, and you look inside, and sure enough, down inside, you see Mathieu de Clermont. And as you lift the lid, exploding like out in front of you from his body, bats come swirling out and nibbling away at you. And they just like burst forth straight up towards you.
Stay focused. Destroy him.
One,
kill us
two,
Do it.
3, 4, 5. 6.
I'm going to shield, so figure out how many of those are over 26.
7 hits. I lost track, so I'm gonna say half of it. We're gonna say.
Fair enough.
So you take 20 points
There were
of
some 20s and
piercing damage. You take 20 points. Yeah, I'm not even calculating the criticals because there's just too many. You take 20 points of piercing damage and make 4 DC 15 con saves, please. I know it should be no big deal for you.
We're good.
That is Baldur. You are up. You pulled it open, and these bats are swirling all around you.
Oh man.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand Stab him. Ignore the bats.
You take your hammer, the wooden part of your hammer, and you just reach up and you shove it down into
Let's
the
try
body.
this again.
Roll anything but a 1.
We're good. 17.
His body literally explodes right in front of you. At that moment, he just screams and the bats just disintegrate all around you. And silence suddenly descends upon the area.
The body completely
It just
explodes.
completely explodes around you.
Are the zombies still around?
The zombies collapse to the ground.
They are, but not these zombies.
Told you. No problem.
You are still
Everything's
fine.
fine.
You are right.
Everything's fine.
You still entangled.
That's fine.
You're still
Everything's
fine.
fine.
Ah, it's so thorny and pokey.
So close to using.
Tighter,
Right?
pretties.
Everything's fine. Can you turn this off now?
Turn this off.
Aldrich,
I don't know how.
you have
It
done a
doesn't turn
great deed. You have vanquished the vampire. We have successfully destroyed him.
It feels damn good.
This is what it must be like when we defeat Ghazi. We must find his resting place. We must drive the stake through his heart.
We have a pope to kill first.
Practice makes perfect.
More vampires.
Well done, champions of the sun.
Look, Kip even got the gate for us.
I will take a look inside the coffin.
You look inside the
You burn that
coffin.
gold off of there.
Don't worry about gold. I'm looking for like artifacts and relics.
This guy's got to have some.
Yeah, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good casket. I mean, you might be able to use it.
Casket
yeah,
could be
right?
an artifact
I'll
by
put it in
itself.
the wagon.
We'll put it in mine.
Yeah, we got multiple wagons.
Yeah.
Put your crosses
We got
on
a
the ground.
food wagon.
Oh, nice.
Crosses on the ground.
Apothecary wagon and a food wagon.
It's mine.
You look into the coffin, and there something glitters in the coffin. And you remember that Matthew de Clermont wear a gorget around his neck. It was golden and up close to his neck and dangled in front of it. And that's all that remains in the casket.
Blood sword.
I'll grab it and I'll hold it up. Show it to the Baron.
Do I recognize anything? Is it similar to Baldur's?
No.
Any of
No, not at all.
the description or anything? Or inscription on it?
Do you remember what the Matthew de Clermont looked like?
Oh, that's not. There's no picture of him up there.
No, sorry. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Probably changed.
I'm just trying to remember what that thing looks like. But okay.
Yeah, it was like a gold. Almost like a,
I'll
just like a
just
neck
take it
protector.
Oh, okay.
I guess put it in a pack.
We did it. It can be done. You see, it can be done.
You were right.
Do we have to do the salt thing?
No, he is gone.
Oh.
I will attempt to purify the tomb.
Consecrate.
Take some of my holy water and I'm going to shake my holy water around in there, inside the tomb.
Burst into flames.
You shake your holy water around inside. And you have a sense that it's purer than it was before.
The dead here may finally rest, including Matthew. He shall now be at peace. There is no peace in vampirism. It is suffering. He now can be at peace, as he should have, all those years ago.
Agreed.
We should go and check on the lady.
Let's go.
And as the Baron walks out, I want to look for Kip.
Kip's gone. He's already like
Kip-
out
Kip-
of
Kip-
the
Kip and Edric
Kip is helping Edric get up out of the vines.
Cutting them away.
Yeah. They'll start
Can you
to
turn 'em off?
after a minute. They turn off, so they'll wither and break away and die away.
Oh, thank you.
And he will take it for a moment and look at again the spirits of the graveyard, and just again get that sense of peace. Like there is peace in death.
You guys come together and you wander back down toward the city, large village of Tours.
Before we leave the cemetery, Baron wants to go up to Kip, and I'm going to put my hands on Kip's shoulder. Kip, tell me, what do you see here now? Do you see peace? Do you see any calm?
I see peace. But there was peace in this graveyard before you took out Clement.
Is it any different now?
Does it seem any different, or just the same kind of restful spirits that were hanging out?
You decide.
I don't think that Matthew was responsible for all of these deaths. This is just the place where he put his home. So the spirits seem at peace here. I know what you're looking for, Baron, but I don't know that I'm going to give it to you because as all my concerns that I had when we fought and lost to Ghazi, we all almost died here, fighting a vampire that is not even on the same scale as Ghazi. And that worries me.
You must walk before you run. These souls that were here, there will be no more being added to this graveyard because of Matthew and Clement.
I will not argue the point, because you are correct.
And there have been 2 new additions that are now at peace.
I cannot argue with you because you are right. But it still does not bring any peace to me about what we face ahead.
It is not always despair. We have been victorious here. We have achieved a great thing.
Aye. This won't be the same with Ghazi.
We were victorious only because we were lucky.
Luck was not a factor. We persevered. We continued to fight. We did not give up.
My hope, Baron, is that when we face the false pope and we face Ghazi, that this red that you see for these vampires does not cloud your judgment enough to kill us all.
I think it might be your fear that controls you. I am not afraid. But you fear too much, and that is why you are able to be controlled. That is why you were ready to flee. We persevered because we continued to fight, and we did not show fear, even in the face of death, even in the face of such horror. Think of all the others that will not have to face that horror, because we finished Matthew de Clement.
And if Matthew de Clement finished us, that is what I think about all of the people that will suffer under the boot of Ghazi, which is what we set out to accomplish.
If you cannot beat Matthew de Clement, what makes you think that you are ready to face Ghazi?
My point comes out of your own mouth.
But we defeated him, that is my point.
Barely.
It does not matter. We now have this experience under our belt. We have done it once, we can do it again.
And I hope you are correct.
As do I. But there is only one way to find out. If we run and flee and fear, we will never get a chance again. Nothing will ever become of it. Even if we die on this battlefield, if the tale and the story of what we attempted to do here who will encourage others to rise up and fight against the vampires, then so be it.
You say flee, but I was ready to go fight Ghazi.
You were ready to flee this battle.
To go to Ghazi, and now
to do
we are
what?
weaker.
To do what? How are we weaker?
Our army is under siege by Ghazi as we speak, and now we are not at full strength, and we will need at least a fortnight to travel to go find him. All right? And even if we teleported and got back to Constantinople, we are weak. We are weaker. We have used a lot of resources just to take down this vampire, which we could have come back for had we survived Ghazi. But now, how many more lives are decimated because we have delayed here, and our army is under siege? I was not fleeing from fear. I was fleeing towards Ghazi.
I do not believe that you are being truthful. Keep Kayla.
Inside check.
On that note.
Little fear is good, you know? It keeps you on your toes.
The moon has started its descent toward the horizon. On the horizon is this amber glow that you can tell is the beginning of morning nautical twilight, as the night that passed. And we're going to pause there. Did everybody have a good time?
Yes, sir. Yeah, of course.
I'm exhausted.
Yep.
Huzzah. Okay, going around the room. Reiner, what was your welcome back? What was your
Good to be
highlight,
back.
if there was one?
What?
Your highlight.
The insanity of the encounter I arrived with. It was not what I expected to come back to.
Okay.
But coming into basically the arena version of that one scene from Labyrinth was amusing.
Yeah, okay. I do recall that. Yeah, I guess it was. Well, welcome back. I hope you're feeling better. I know you're fighting off a little bit of something.
Thank you.
1,500 experience points. Brian, did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a great time.
What was your highlight?
When Balder just continued to just drive the stake through the vampire's heart, like regardless of what was around him, just staying focused on the task.
He uses the blunt end.
Yeah.
Like he uses like
Yeah.
like
It's a hammer. I loved it.
The whole
you know?
thing.
I just imagine the
I'll
bats
sharpen it for
flying
next
all
time.
around, zombies coming up through the ground, and he's just like laser focused and just driving that stake through. I loved it. It was really cool. It was good. And also the transition from the house to the graveyard. I thought that was cool.
Okay.
I was hoping something like that would happen. It was
Cool.
very
I
cool.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And I always love RPing with Mark.
I'm sorry?
I always love just RPing with Mark. It's so much fun.
It is. It is fun watching you guys play off each other. The dichotomy between the two is wickedly, wickedly cool. I did love the RP between the two. I liked the way you stayed in character. I thought that was wickedly, wickedly awesome. I love this verbal sparring with the... I felt a little bit out of my game tonight, but your verbal sparring with the vampire, and then obviously you're not sparring with Kip, but the disagreement role play
Yeah.
was awesome stuff. 2,500 experience points. Nick, did you have a good time?
Yes, sir.
What was your highlight?
Well, the two I have for tonight. The first one was the verbal sparring that I ended up having with Matthew de Clermont. There, not much, but just a little bit back and forth. Just kind of, I don't know. It set the mood for the entire fight.
Like your god is weak.
Yeah. Oh, that was a moment. Yeah, that was definitely a decision right there where he made to not just open up an attack right there. So, but that was awesome. And then the transition into this, that was just awesome. The whole
Okay, cool.
Going from we're trying to fight for our lives to okay, we're kind of on the winning side of this now. That transition was just awesome.
Well, very cool. Well, I appreciate it. I liked the I know it's very mechanical,
Mhm.
and I'm not a big, rah-rah mechanics of 5e. But I thought that was very clutch, getting the Baron up at that moment. I mean, that was.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of if you're like one of those players who's a min-maxer, an optimizer, a theory crafter, if you will, and I play with some of those folks. And if you play with them, they will swear up and down that healing during combat is like the worst possible thing to do.
Oh,
but
do the minimal amount of healing necessary, because all you need to do is get to 1 hit point and that gives you a turn. I hate that argument.
I think you pulled it off tonight, man.
No,
I mean, it's very mechanical.
I love
not
this
roleplay at all,
subclass.
but still, it pulled it off.
Every time I was about to heal, something happened to knock me unconscious every single time. I'm like, I'm so close.
It's like, okay, no, we're just gonna bust out the big guns here, get you way up. You can survive at least a couple attacks, and then be able to do something helpful.
I thought it was very good.
It worked out well.
4,000 experience points. Mark, did you have a good time?
I just see you, like, exasperated, like, another one. Like, trying to tie people up. Sorry, Mark.
No,
That's cool. What was your highlight?
I actually visually thinking about how Edric was running around as this field medic, healing these people that are like draped on the walls, patching them up and fixing them, and I mean he was effectively, I mean the only reason why we probably didn't TPK tonight because he ran around keeping everybody
100%.
alive, and I think it was clutch that he had like got you back up to 70 something, but at the same time his little patchworks after we were all flopping around the room all over the place, like that was huge. I think that turned the battle. I thought that was an element of his character that I had not seen before, which I thought that was really cool. Obviously, verbal sparring, all that type of stuff. I liked your description of the spirits in the graveyard, because that was a very interesting dynamic for Kip to be like, this was before the zombies pop out and stuff, of course, but it was like, something's really wrong here. There's a vampire. We're probably all going to die, and yet here these spirits are just doing their thing. Like they're just there and, having this little nice moment or being a little jovial. And that's like the dichotomy of Kip. He's just like, I could do things in life and that's cool, or maybe I could die and that's probably okay too.
I love that you always lean into those moments and you create opportunities. You create opportunities for me, and you create opportunities for yourself, and then with the other players too. I mean, that's one of the things I love about this game, and I think that's incredible stuff. I kind of it's not a zing on you at all. Please don't take it that way. When you had asked me at the very end, what do I see? I hope if you guys ever feel the opportunity to like make up what you see, as long as it's not like mechanically going to change anything. I wanted to hear what you thought you saw, and there's nothing wrong with what you did, and then I said, you decide, and I was like, I wish I hadn't said that. I wish I had said something like, what does what does Kip see? And you would, I think you're smart enough, you would have picked up on that immediately and run with it, because I trust you to do so, but you guys can build those moments just as much as I can, and you do a terrific job at it. You always do a terrific job at it. 2,000 experience points. Ryan, did you have a good time?
Of course.
What was your
vanquishing 2 vampires.
Yeah, I think you did. I mean, you basically killed them both, didn't you?
Yes.
You are the tank.
The
I mean,
blood
you
end
and
of a
Mattias are the
hammer.
tanks. Yeah, wickedly
But I think
cool.
if it wasn't for Edric keeping people up even at a little bit, I think all those bats would have been on me, and it would have been totally different story right now.
Great. There would have been a lot of bats on you.
We'd all be dead.
I like that you leaned into remaining focused there at the end. With all this chaos swirling on around you. I'm just kind of
like
visualizing it in my mind.
Cinematic to me. Like it felt very cinematic to me. Like
just kind of like shrugging the bats off.
Yeah.
Nothing will
it
stop.
Really did. Yeah. That's what I
The
liked
Baron's
about it.
screaming, finish him!
I thought that was wickedly cool. 1,500 experience points. Jess, did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
What was your highlight?
I'm going to name a couple. From a DM perspective, I love the mechanics of the room. It's a great lesson in how to deal with high-level players and how to keep them separated where they can't necessarily assist each other in the manners that they might want to. And like that's one thing everybody complains about. Like after you get to like a certain level, how do I control these people? And I thought that was superbly done. From my character's perspective, I really felt like I was goaded into attacking him after you tried to like mentally persuade me to do something, which I managed to shrug off.
Yeah, I won't say what he was going to do because I might use it some other time.
So
I mean,
that was a highlight. Not falling for it. I'm sure I probably would have.
It would have been a very different. It might have been a very different course of events that you failed that save.
And then at the end, when we were finally in after the house disappeared, it's just telling the Baron we've had enough, and the Baron being like it's not over, and like Naldo's not gonna stop. Like he's gonna stay with his compatriots and see it through to the end, no matter how beat up he is. And he's saying we got to stop, but the Baron says no, we have to keep going.
But I loved the play, the inter-party play of the debate. I mean, yeah, you guys were pretty beaten up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, some of
Yeah.
you were,
Yeah.
maybe not so much, not everybody
Mhm.
necessarily, but
Yeah.
but it was, but that inter-party play, I think that dynamic is.
And we've never gotten to this point with a vampire. Like, yes, it was kind of easy-ish once we got inside there, but we didn't know what we were going to be facing. We could have been hitting another wall.
Yeah, could have been.
So-
Could have had a slug against all those zombies.
But once more into the fray.
No, I just the room. Thank you for the. It wasn't. I hope everybody feels challenged. I mean, hopefully nobody feels like it's a cakewalk.
I think my preferred preference for combat is very bloodied at the end, but making it through.
So I just thought that when I was designing his mansion, I was like, how can I make this? It wasn't about keeping you guys apart. I was like, how can this lair action be more interesting? And I was like, how do I do that? And then, then of course it explodes into the maps and what have you. So thank you though. Thank you for making that observation.
I think it
I
worked.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
2,500 experience points. Guys, I'm exhausted, but I had a good time. If anything, if I ever suck the fun out of anything for you, I always say it in the Discord. I never hear anything from you guys. It doesn't mean I'm going to change gears, but I do want to hear it. So if there's something that sucks the fun out of it for you, tell me, and I'll listen. And because I do want to know. I'm not always looking for just a pat on the back. So thank you guys. I did have a good time. With that, we will be again here in 2 weeks. Ay.
On to Avignon.
So that's one thing I got to ask real quick. If you guys know, where are you going next? I mean, obviously you're going back to Tours, I guess. Yes.
Yeah,
For at least for
stop
a
at
drink.
Tours real quick, make sure the girl's okay, and then on to Avignon.
Yeah.
Avignon, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rest for 7 days, and then go to Avignon.
Maybe.
So we're
7 days
not
that the army
going
is
to.
getting decimated.
We're not going to
The other chateau or whatever.
Chateau Chinon. Is
I don't think so. I think we've
skip
had
that
enough
now.
clues laid out before us that we think
I don't know that we need to go there anymore.
the other
Back to
pope
town.
is a valid target on the way, and they may be in possession of a crystal that will help power the
Agreed.
demon slayer and perhaps lead us on our.
and so that is also
way.
the opposite direction from Guernin.
Correct.
Okay. Understood. Guys, I had a good time.
It was fun.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their Audio sound effects, that's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them via the @Yenu Draws on Instagram, @Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter. Please patronize Silky Noir on the DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter, and on YouTube. While we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we might improve the stream. Lastly, please follow us on Twitch and on Instagram. Please like on Facebook and YouTube, and please subscribe on YouTube. Always remember, in the Carpathian Adventure, the journey is the destination, and we will continue the journey in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die, and have a good night.
Play some Dungeons and Dragons!